Use the commode story.
What's a commode story?
It's an amusing anecdote about a drug deal.
I gotta memorize all this?
You memorize what's important, the rest you make your own, all right? Now, the things you gotta remember are the details. It's the details that sell your story. Now, this particular story takes place in a men's room. So you gotta know all the details about the men's room.
This is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
You gotta know if the stalls ain't got no doors or not, man. You gotta know if they got hot water or not. If it stinks. If some nasty, low-life, scum-ridden man sprayed all over one of the bowls. While you're doing that, you gotta remember that this story's about you and how you perceive the events that went down.
The boys' room was occupied, so I went in the women's room.
Yeah.
Oh! How come there's no plunger in there anymore?
So you left debris.
Debris?
If you needed a plunger and you wished there had been a plunger there, that means you needed a plunger, so there was not one available.
I had to jam my hand in the toilet.
That was horrifying. What? Man, there's got to be something else you could have used.
There was nothing.
Well, somebody always leaves that tube of toothpaste in there. You could have used that.
Poke it around.
Toothbrush to break it up.
It's time for the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Thursday. The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Free Beer, Hot Wings, and Eric Zane. Three hosts. Joe is here. Steve is here. Tomorrow live at Village Motorsports in Grand Rapids. Second ever Grand Rapids live show. Not there. This hour. We won't be there.
Second one there.
Second one there. Steve will be running this hour tomorrow, 24 hours from now.
Yeah.
Just as he will be every day starting July 4th. No.
That'd be awesome, man.
Would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You would for
80% of the people.
Yeah. Well, Steve it up.
So that, just to see if you're paying attention, Steve.
Oh, I'm paying attention. Mm-hmm. I heard that.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah, you hear that.
I was over to Joe's house yesterday for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
That house could be like the neatest thing going, the way that it is. What year was that thing built? 70?
55.
55. I bet you when that thing was built, it was like crazy future house because of the way the angles on that thing. That thing stands out.
Yeah.
That's a classic house.
It's not your typical...
Have you been there?
Nope. Not your typical ranch. Here's the living room. Here's the kitchen.
Dude, there's catacombs in this house. There are so many hidden passages and nooks and crannies and... What is this? It's like the Winchester house, man.
Like true hidden passage?
No, it's just there's a lot of
character
turns and it's hard. You don't see houses like that anymore.
No, the way the basement is segmented too is hilarious. Did you see Dungeon Shower?
Yeah, you were over there. Or
when Joe was moving, I went over there for a little while.
I did see Dungeon Shower. Joe referred to it as Rape Shower. But
yeah, I was going to say Dungeon Shower sounds too nice for it.
That's true.
Do you think there's any chance you'll ever use this shower?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Never.
My brother's house
maybe
had...
if you haven't redone
rape.
Maybe if you haven't redone and redo that whole basement. The whole house needs to be redone. The whole house. There are rooms that maybe and you've already started that, but man, when that thing gets done, that's going to be sweet.
Yeah, it's a cool house. Those people must have had, serious fat cash in 1955.
Right. And then the pool, man. That's a great pool. This is concrete pool. Oh, God, it looks like it's filling up with water right now.
Yeah.
I told Joe, hey, man, this is beyond my expertise. I don't want to even finagle with a couple of these things because I don't know. I work with a couple of pools, but there's some things on yours that if I were to start, messing with them, I think I'd be opening up a can of worms. Have some pros come open it up.
Yeah.
And they will. But, man, that is going to be sweet.
That's so much concrete. That thing will be here long after people are dead.
Right.
Built like the Hoover Dam.
Seriously.
It's still curing.
We figured out Joe's sprinklers. Got his sprinklers running.
Yeah?
Yep.
Now, is it a really old system or is it a fairly new sprinkler system?
No, I think it looks like they put it in fairly recently.
Okay.
Yeah, your control unit is fairly new.
Yeah, he's all right.
It's like the same as mine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man.
It's all coming together, Joe.
Yeah, they were trying you could tell they were trying to do something with it at the end.
The house.
Yeah, the way there's a new thing here and there and an upgrade here and there, but it was just beyond them. Too much.
That happens.
Yeah, they were.
You're going to spend so much money on that house.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That is...
Yeah,
that doesn't feel great, does it?
Oh, man.
No, I mean...
Well,
it kind of does.
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me too much because it's all in making the house look better.
There are fun things to buy for a house. Like when you do an improvement, like if you had a room redone or you redid the room and it had cost. That feels good.
Yeah.
Replacing things that are just there, that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, like the water heater. At some point, that old-ass thing has to go.
I didn't even look at that.
It's super old.
Joe's water heater, it can't be more than 20 gallons. It's the smallest water heater I've ever seen that is in a standard house.
Yeah, it's teeny tiny, and it's probably as old as the house. I mean, it's...
It looks old.
So that has to go.
Before you finish your basement, do that. Make that a priority.
Yeah, definitely. And I need washer and dryer. That's not really a fun purchase.
No.
Oh, man.
Not unless you get a really sweet one. But even then, that just makes it more expensive, and then it only stings later instead of immediately.
Would you go and make it a complete 70s house? Just actually deco it out 70s?
I would like every appliance to be avocado.
Sparkling new, but 70s.
Yeah.
That sort of burnt orange.
Yeah, harvest orange.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I think I would have thought that was cool, but not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No. Yeah, no, you want it to be nice and modern.
Yeah. But yeah, I am going to dump so much money into that. Luckily, I don't mind ruining the house myself, so I'll save money there.
That's pretty sweet.
But I think I'm doing
bonus.
all right so far.
I'd say you're doing pretty good.
Have you seen his floors?
Yeah.
His sanded, completed floors? It came out pretty good. He's right.
Yeah, they did. They turned out very nice.
Yeah, if you're looking, there's definitely places where you can see where I started and stopped the sander, and we tried to fix it, but it's just...
A lot of times stuff like that, you only notice it because it annoys you.
Yeah, definitely.
But
your eyes go right
like
to
if
it when
you
you walk in the room.
Yeah, if I went over to your house, I wouldn't be like, oh, what's this?
Yeah, I didn't notice anything.
Even to myself, I wouldn't think that, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet I wouldn't even notice.
Same with, like, the parts of the ceiling that I haven't been able to touch up where the roller hit the ceiling, and every time I walk into a room, I stare at it.
Yeah.
And no one else cares.
Yeah, nobody else looks
unless
up
I
there.
point at it.
Like when my wife's brothers painted our house, and, you could really sense that the intoxication was setting in. When they were just basically dipping their hands in the paint and then throwing the paint on the wall, apparently.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were at your house on Labor Day, you could see it. But I was also very aware of it on the way to
that's these guys, unbelievable.
Like your house was painted by Jackson Pollock.
They'll be up there.
If you had called it art, it would have increased your value, but it's just a paint job, so it looks terrible.
They'll be the subject of a VIP video today, my Show Plus video.
They're back in?
Yeah, Howard has a lot of go-to fun stories to talk about with his kids. Yesterday, case in point, his child with a little dump truck that was walking to the house.
Yes.
And I will have my go-to family members to talk about. I have several go-to family members. This time, the Doobie Brothers are in the spotlight again.
I'm always curious.
Oh, boy. This is rough.
They live in a different world than the rest of us.
Oh, boy.
We have a flashback later on this hour. It's the second worst sportscaster ever. I don't know who that is. I don't remember.
We've had many over the years.
Sure, they were terrible.
Yeah.
We've had her, we've featured her on the air before whenever we've watched clips, is Doris Burke, who has been, she covers a wide variety of sports. I've actually seen her do women's softball.
Yeah. She's been an analyst on NBA broadcasts. She's very knowledgeable.
But, man, does she have some talk out of the side of your mouth moments. It's hard to, you'd have to, we've touched on it before, but, man, at some point, I'm sure during the the course of this show. Not necessarily today, but she'll come up again, or we'll play a clip with her. God, is she driving me nuts.
Pam Ward has been removed from Big Ten ESPN broadcasts for the first time in a decade.
I just generally have for some reason, I've had a harder time getting used to a lot of the female broadcasters because I like Hannah Storm. I think she sounds great. Robin Roberts, if she ever does sports again, I like her.
Yeah.
But Pam Ward, Doris Burke, those two sound similar to me, talking out of the side of their mouths.
They have a similar style.
That pukey sound.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, you got unbelievable. You actually have some Doris Burke. I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
I don't even remember us doing this.
I think this is the one where they aired a tape of her, maybe.
Yeah, she flubs a line or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure how this came about. And she's covering the NBA. Is she working the NBA right now, do you think?
Yeah, she's a sideline reporter in one of the series. I think I saw her last night or the night before, giving a report pregame. That's what she was doing in this case also.
Okay, watch. She's going to sound perfect now in my face.
Yeah.
Check in with Doris Burke courtside. Doris.
Stuart, Jason Kidd told us this morning after shoot-around that as an opponent, this arena is as loud and as good as it gets in the NBA. Several other guys have told me
She sounds like that when we do that impersonation of the radio DJ. That, hey, how are you?
Yeah, she's
that
got
thing.
kind of a pukey delivery.
That is, to me, man, it sounds so bad to me.
this as close as any arena in the NBA to... Sorry about that. 3, 2, 1. Stuart, Jason Kidd saying this morning after shoot-around that as an opponent, this arena is as loud and as good as it gets in the NBA. Several other players say...
I can't believe they aired this.
All right, time to just go with the 5 things you need to know about Game 3.
They don't even acknowledge it.
One thing you need.
They just go on to the next thing. They should be laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, that's funny. Can't believe they did that. Screwed her. Sorry, Doris.
That would be pretty maddening. You aired my blooper reel? Now I'm going to be on Deadspin and awfulannouncing.com, and I'm going to be made fun of everywhere in the Bleacher Report. Why did you do that to me?
I have a hard enough time getting by any time my play-by-play is broken down on the radio, so perhaps maybe you could not play my blooper reel next time. Doris, we're not on the air. You don't have to talk like that. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, all right, no problem. Yeah, if you could, just be a little more careful. All right, we're ready to go? Okay, 3, 2... OKC is looking to rebound after starting out 2 games to none. They're down and looking to rebound, maybe get back in with some home court advantage there, and maybe. Sorry, I flubbed that. Let me start over in 3, 2. OKC is going to get back at it there with home cooking, and they'll take the floor at 7:30 tonight. God dang it!
I don't even notice.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm with Zane. I do.
Probably because I do it.
I really know. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You used
to, but you do not now at all.
No, you sound perfectly normal now, but today
you don't do it. I mean, you don't do it when you do play-by-play. We would kill you.
And I don't.
Are you kidding me?
I don't like
Maybe
it.
I'll start. Maybe that's how I move up the echelon.
It may be. I mean,
2nd and 10.
all the good ones do it.
Don't.
Back to pass, throwing down the near side, caught, first down and more.
Well, Callis, you sound like Callis, but Callis just talked.
That was just how he talked, yeah.
But I think everybody's trying to do a pukier version of Harry Callis now. Ugh, God.
Yeah, let Harry be Harry.
She even makes Bonnie Bernstein sound like she's, not doing that. Not Bonnie Bernstein, Susie Colbert.
Oh, yeah.
Bernstein's terrific.
Bernstein's great.
Yeah, she's
You
good.
ever hear her fill in for Dan Patrick?
No.
She's really good. Like, really comfortable and a good talk show host. At least on a fill-in basis.
That's great, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of makeup, though. Remember when we saw her at the Super Bowl?
Oh, sorry, the Super Bowl,
yeah.
And a lot of nose, too.
Yeah.
A shocking amount of nose, considering all the times I had seen her on TV and thought, she's really pretty.
How awkward
was it? And she was
it?
still pretty, but she had a lot of nose that she took with her.
She was one table away, and we were joking about, hey, there's so-and-so. Think they'll come talk to us? No. And then, because every one of them's pushing something, and then the remark was made, yeah, she's pushing rhinoplasty. And there's like, oh, God, we're hoping, because They're not like broadcasting us. It's not on a PA or anything. It's just our voice is what's heard.
You count on the din of the room.
Oh, yeah. Thank God you didn't hear.
We did get increasingly brazen over the first 2 days, because I know the first couple hours of the Thursday broadcast when we were live on Radio Row at the Super Bowl, you're like, all right, well, I just want to be respectful to the people around us. And then you realize they can't hear us. They're all trying to out loud talk each other. And so then, blatantly making fun of the show one table over.
Steve Young walked by, looked like he had the mange. Oh, that was terrible. What happened to his hair?
I don't know. It was a bad hair day.
Yeah, it's like it's terrible, but it works on TV, because when I see him on TV, it looks the same as it always did. But when we saw him in person, it looked like too much skin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But without a plan.
Yeah.
Check out the show on Facebook and Twitter. Do it at freebeerandhotwings.com.
So I saw a news story this morning. Man was visiting the United States from Norway. I don't know how long he was here. I didn't catch that detail, but he was in Southern California, and a rattlesnake came out of the bushes or some area that was hidden and bit him.
Oh, boy.
Bad news. As Joe would say, bad news for that guy.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And the venom started to hit him.
Oh, bad news for that guy.
I didn't realize, but part of the symptoms.
That guy is so injured.
He was really injured. He was super injured.
Yeah.
He said that he started to get dizzy. Everything started to look gray. Which I don't want that to happen ever for any. I don't want that symptom for anything. Hey, everything's gray. And that he started to taste metal.
Okay.
All of these things
through him.
Sound really terrible. So he ended up being rushed to a hospital. He was near a hospital when it happened. Like a block away or something like that. So they take him to the hospital and they give him the antidote. He's there for 24 hours. And he gets a bill. Now, this was shocking to him because in Norway, they have free health care.
Yeah.
He's not in Norway. And that's why he owes $152,000 for 24 hours of care.
Are you kidding?
Apparently, the antidote is very expensive because I think they said that was $144,000.
The antidote?
Of the cost.
It is?
Wait a minute.
Anti-venom for a rattlesnake? A very common snake that bites people?
You know, I tuned in the middle of the story, so maybe it was a more rare snake or a more rare version of a rattlesnake. But so apparently in Norway, this story's gotten a huge amount of attention, and they're not outraged but people just can't believe it because it's so different than their way of life. Fortunately for him, he had purchased travel insurance before he went out of the country, and so a good portion of it will be covered, and they're going to work with him. You know how it is. The hospital sends you a bill. Your bill is $1 million. Insurance will cover $1,000. Okay, your bill is $1,100.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those.
Yeah,
deals.
and plus he lives in Norway, so what does he care? Just don't pay it.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Extradite you?
They barely can get anybody to pay in this country.
I'd like to talk to the makers of rattlesnake anti-venom.
Yeah.
And to, figure out what do you make that from?
If
elf dust?
And if I were the company that made rattlesnake venom or the anti-venom, I think I would also have a company that imports rattlesnakes or breeds rattlesnakes. And I would just drive down the road and throw them out the window of my car into bushes and shrubberies, hoping they would bite more people, because that would be a winning equation.
Ooh, schoolyard, here comes some rattlesnakes.
Yeah. Hey, it's free rattlesnake day here at Dodger Stadium. Buy a Dodger dog, get a free rattlesnake.
Have like a rattlesnake anti-venom kiosk nearby. You got 150 G to drop, we'll save your life.
If it was at the ballpark pricing. Sorry. Yep. I know it's 150,000 in the parking lot, but it's 300,000 in here.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is while you're here at the stadium.
We said you could bring in your own antivenom if you wanted to. You chose not to, so you'll have to pay the bigger price.
Mm-hmm. That's the way it goes.
Can you imagine that, though?
No.
I mean, he got the bill. Probably had a guess. 24 hours with emergency care. Typically, you're looking at high four figures, I think, in a lot of cases, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000.
Yeah.
Depending on what kind of care you got with an overnight stay. But the extra $144 for anti-venom.
I mean, that is not... I don't think that generally, if you catch it early, it doesn't require any type of invasive surgery or anything else. It's literally just applying or injecting the anti-venom and then monitoring for 24 hours. Our healthcare system is stupid. I mean, I don't know if
I don't
know. I don't know about our current setup and, the Obama plan, all that. I don't know. I have no idea. But I know that our current setup is stupid.
Well, the fact that you can go to a hospital and a Band-Aid when they actually itemize the bill might be $8. Or an aspirin might be $27 or whatever it might be.
Right.
And there's no they just bill the insurance company and the insurance company has to pay it or fight it. That's pretty broken.
Yeah.
And I know it's not limited to simply the hospital saying, well, we want more money. They're doing that because they have to pay such high insurance rates for themselves, for negligence lawsuits. It's a big cyclical system of crap.
One vial of rattlesnake anti-venom is roughly 35. It says you're 3,500 per vial. I'm sure it's got to be more than that.
Otherwise, that's a pretty big markup.
But even maybe that's what the hospital's doing. But they say that the work involved is just that: grab rattlesnake, jam his teeth, and milk him, and then they have to produce it at a place where they would process that.
Yeah.
But still, so it shouldn't cost more than like $50.
The antivenom, and it makes sense that it comes from the rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. That's stupid.
Yeah. You're right. If it's elf dust, okay, fine.
Right.
Elves are hard to find.
Diamond juice. Right.
Yeah, I'm willing to pay an extra little bit to cover the cost of insurance of the guy who has to wrangle the snake and milk its face to get the
Give him a $100 tip.
That's fine, but not $140 of the $150,000 they're charging this guy.
Yeah,
I'd easily pay upwards of $1,000 to save my life from a snake with anti-venom. But
sure,
this has shattered my dream of camping overnight outside in Montana or Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Any place
where there
could be a rattlesnake. That scares the hell out of me, man.
I remember when Hot Wings and I took the job in Knoxville, we were in the hotel. We had just had a day-long interview with a Journal Broadcast Group, and this is more than a decade ago. And we had been flirting with a radio station in Tucson, Arizona. But my impression was they weren't that interested anymore. And so while we were in Knoxville, and we had a great day there, and we both anticipated that the next day when we were going to be offered the job and talk specifics, unless they completely lowballed us or something changed, we were going to take that job. And so the phone rings in this hotel, and it's this guy in Tucson. He had called. It just so happened he had called my house, and my wife had answered, and she said she didn't realize. She said, "Well, they're in Knoxville talking about a job." He said, "What?"
He gave you the phone call for the damn hotel room. Your wife actually gave it. She
gave him the phone number. We didn't have cell phones, so
right.
He calls the hotel room, and there's two phones in the hotel room. I didn't see this very often then. So Hot Wings goes in and sits on the toilet and holds that extension.
There was an extension in the bathroom.
Yeah. And I sat in the main part of the hotel room, and we talked to this guy about Tucson. And he was really winning us over. And he's like, "You can't take the job tomorrow. You need to fly to Tucson. I'm going to book a ticket right now. So you get back into Omaha on Wednesday. I will fly you to Tucson Thursday. And you need to let me pitch you on working for this station." And station-wise, it probably would have been the better choice because it was an established rock station with 15 years of heritage, and as opposed to going to one where we weren't even allowed to see the studios because no one knew that it was going to change from country to rock. It probably would have been the better station from that. But the problem that he got was he mentioned shaking out his boots every morning to make sure there were no rattlesnakes or scorpions in them. And we already thought Tucson sounded a long way. We were already homesick, wanted to move back near family. And Tucson seemed like it might as well have been another country. And it was the moment of rattlesnakes and scorpions that we both went, hey, this thing in Knoxville seems perfect. And so that's how that worked out.
Scared you away.
What's your worst thing? Oh, you got cicada? Okay. Yeah, we'll go there. You got big grasshoppers.
Boy,
right.
did he hate me when...
yeah, he was
because I told him, I said, we felt like we would have been visiting only because you asked us to, and we probably should. In hindsight, we should have gone just to run out the ground ball. But
we
at
should
the
have.
time,
I'm glad we didn't. It worked out nicely, but
I felt like we were doing him a favor by saving him the money.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
It didn't seem like we were going to go.
Scorpion, scorpion in my shoe? Wait, in your you found one in your bathtub? No.
We talked to him for an hour, and in the last 20 minutes, he started telling us all the bad things about Tucson.
Well, then it got worse because the guy who did want to hire us in Knoxville, we told him that, we're thinking about flying out to visit this other station, just so it's not a curveball to you. And he goes, whoa. Let me tell you why you don't want to go to Tucson. I lived in Tucson. That's where I managed a cluster there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about Tucson.
Yeah.
And then he made it even worse, adding more scorpion and shoe stories, and more scorpion and bathtub stories, and rattlesnake and toilet stories, and javelinas, which are wild pigs, running through his front yard every day.
Yeah. The story of the dry river where there's a riverbed that once a year floods and it ruins everything, and then everything's fine. I'm like, this sounds like the most bleak place. I'm sure it's not.
No, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure he saw like one wild pig his whole life or whatever, but at that moment I go, no man, it's no way, it's crazy. I can't handle it.
I don't know. Half the year you would have liked the average temperatures. May 92, June 101, July 100, August 98, September 95. That's 5 out of 12 months, 90 plus average. Mm-hmm. Nice hot box hellhole. When you have record temps in June of 117 and July of 114, what? Are you kidding me?
That seems very hot.
The average high of the coldest month of the year is January, 66.
That sounds awesome for January.
That sounds pretty great for January. I'm sure people who are used to living in Tucson or areas like that probably think to themselves, how can you live in an area where it's possible that it will be below zero for a stretch of time?
Yeah, that's true.
How about the yearly precipitation of 11.56 inches?
That's not
the average.
That's not much. That's
yearly.
It's truly living in the desert.
Get ready for November where you average 0.57 inches of moisture. Hit the slopes in Tucson for January as you average less than 1 inch of moisture.
Mm-hmm. 0.6 of a centimeter a year of snowfall. I assume that's raised because of the mountains nearby.
What a nightmare. Are you kidding me?
It worked out. Flashback
Tucson.
on the way.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
It's mauling him.
Flashback today, or at least a good portion of it, second worst sportscaster ever. This is actually a newscaster who's on, I think it's Channel 7 in Boston. Matt Lorch is his name. And
Lorch on Sports.
Yep. I think Joe found the video. Somebody sent it to you, or Joe found it when he was scrambling around on the internet, and he found it. It's referred to on YouTube as a Lorchcast. This guy's a pretty successful TV news person at this point. But back then he was at what appears to be his first job at a TV station, a CBS affiliate in Quincy, Illinois. And it appears that on this particular night, Lorch on Sports was comprised of everyone who didn't know what they were doing.
Is he worse than this?
And boom goes the dynamite.
No. He's better than Sports Dork.
And boom goes the
he's
dynamite.
Definitely better than this guy.
But it's got to be very difficult for Matt Lorch because of the fact that he's better than this kid because he's done it before. Because that kid that did the boom goes the dynamite, that was his first try ever.
Okay.
So at least this guy has a little bit of composure, but he's still pretty much a greenhorn. And just, you'll notice everything he goes to that he tries to fix it. Because obviously in the news, if you stumble, you go to your paper script and you go, all right, well, let's go to the highlights of this. And then he'd start reading it, and you'll hear it, and then you'll hear him pause and go, apparently we don't have that either.
That's always, that's always a special
It's a
moment.
real bummer. So
when the poor anchor is left out to dry.
I like it when they get short with them. You see this sometime on the cable news channels where they're used to talking to their producer and they have the earpiece. And I can't remember, we played a clip of a woman going, okay, well, if that's not ready, I don't know where to go. Hello?
I encourage that. If you work in TV news, let them have it. I mean, that's what we do.
It's great.
Just say, hey, guys, we prepare this thing every day called a GD Sportscast, and it's about 3 minutes long, and if you can't get the effing packages together, then what the hell am I supposed to do?
Alienating the coworkers.
Just kill them. That's a reason to tune in right there.
Exactly.
It's better than putting a light bulb in a microwave.
If you gave me a TV show where I could be guaranteed once a week that somebody would give whatever you do, don't have the videotapes ready and try to make us all look stupid, I would want to watch. Because you'd know it would happen again because people would be so pissed at the condescending ass who said it.
That day's going to come, man.
It is. All right, so here it is. Matt Lorch, who, again, is now a successful TV person. God only knows how this gets on the Internet.
We got to get Lorch on the air.
Yeah, I wonder if he's has a sense of humor about this or not.
Probably not.
But I bet he does.
Right.
Here it is.
Welcome to Sports Final. I'm Matt Lorch, sitting in for the sports wizard, Chris Dewar. Although the weather outside is cold, the local basketball action tonight was plenty hot. The game of the night featured Warsaw and Central in a West Central Conference clash. Sports reporter Don Jeffries now joins us live from the newsroom with a look. Don, what happened out there?
So they go to this guy. Can't hear him.
I'm hearing no mic, mic.
The floor director in the background shouting it. Okay, so, and by the way, the other guy that, while he may be a great sportscaster, is maybe the biggest tool you've ever seen, shouldn't be on TV.
Unfortunately, we're having, I guess, a little bit of trouble with Don, so we're going to go ahead and move on. In the inaugural season for Tony Rindak as head coach of the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders has been a successful one so far. In the young season, his squad has gotten off to a 4-2 start. Tonight, the Raiders hosted the Hamilton Cardinals at the Pit. Late in the second half, QNB's Jason Meyer hits Michael Young for 2, and unfortunately, I guess we don't have that tape yet. We'll go ahead and wait on that.
I want to hear the damn producer.
And unfortunately, I guess we don't have that tape yet. We'll go ahead and wait on that.
Poor guy, because he isn't bad. He's he's new. You can tell, and thus he's in a small market. Right? He's trying, and his mechanics are okay.
He's just getting hung out to dry.
This is a learning experience. No wonder why he's in a great TV market.
I guarantee that while you hear this flipping the paper, that his ears are so hot, and it's really probably 2 seconds.
Oh,
but
God.
It has to feel like an hour.
Oh, all right. This has not even begun to get bad for him.
Right.
Hopefully we have Don back in the newsroom.
I don't have anything else.
There's something going on.
There we go, Don.
Hey, Don. The goddamn
Someone said no JD Mike.
Let's hear that again.
Everybody's melting down.
There we go, Don.
Probably have to have headphones on to hear that.
No GD Mike.
Moving on to scores. We have Unity 42, Nauvoo Calusa 61.
This is one of those high school blitz shows.
Well, not necessarily, because they get to pro sports later. I think it's just based on their location.
I think so.
Other scores around the state of Illinois: Winchester 62 over Bluffs 59, and in an overtime battle, Southeastern beat Industry 54-60.
Industry.
All right. Why is he pausing now? He's just
nothing's happening.
The December schedule for the Hannibal Pirates has been brutal, facing top-rated teams like Webster Groves, Mexico, and Highland. But they have managed to enter this evening's contest against the Monroe City Panthers with a 4-5 record. We go to Hannibal, where Monroe City comes out early. Unfortunately, we don't have Monroe City, so we'll go ahead and hold on for that, too.
Are you kidding me?
Everything.
Moving on to some Missouri scores. Palmyra.
Now he's making...
Play that noise that he just made. He went, Palmyra.
Okay, let me see if I can isolate that.
Moving on to some Missouri scores. Palmyra. right, the Palmyra Lady Panthers may find themselves in Columbia this March playing for a state title.
Awful.
The Carthage Blue Girls may be in Peoria doing the same thing. Oh, now we do have some high school basketball scores. Here's a boys' score. Palmyra loses to Carthage by a score of 54-61.
You should always give the losing score first.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to follow.
Unfortunately, some of these other scores didn't come in. We're moving on right now, if you could, to NBA.
Oh, he's got to hit the NBA hardwood.
Surely they have Bulls highlights ready to go. It's mid-90s.
Okay, we're going back to Palmyra Ladies.
Nope.
What's he reading the paper?
He's just flipping through all the script.
All right.
Finally, video. He's got it.
Lindsay Fetch gets the lay-in there. Then, here's the Hannibal Ladies rolling in the transition. Layup, good for 2.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time he's seeing this.
More Hannibal. Once again, the full court pass, looking ahead. Great work, Hannibal Ladies. Lady Pirates roll on to win that one by a score of 62-45.
Oh, my gosh.
In the NBA, the Chicago Bulls returned
dying.
home today after beating up on the Boston Celtics last night. Tonight, they turn their aggression on the already banged-up Mavericks. Here comes Kukoc, dishes off to Pippen, the player of the week. Now you see why he gets the finger roll looking good there, Scotty. Scotty does it on both ends.
You can tell he practices Bulls stuff in his car.
Yes.
So he's trying to get into it here. You can
unlike the high school stuff, at least he knows these people by face, so if he's seeing it for the first time.
So he's trying to show his connection.
The Deion Sanders of hoops. There he goes with the dunk.
What?
Huh?
He referred to Scotty as the Deion Sanders of hoops.
Sweet.
Because he plays both football and baseball while he plays basketball.
Or something. I guess he's athletic.
Loach. Better work on that one.
Don Jeffrey standing by in the newsroom. Hopefully,
I thought he was doing the Bulls. Jeez, I want to hear more about Kukoc. What happened?
There's a hoops. There he goes with the dunk. Now, I guess we've got Don Jeffrey standing by in the newsroom.
First guy.
So you mean to tell me there's someone in his ear that tells him stuff while he's trying to do this?
It's almost like the producer said, I hate that Matt Lorch guy. Screw him. I'm going to make him look like an idiot. And every time he started to get going, no, don't do it. Don't do it. We don't have it.
Okay, throw it to Don.
Our video will roll along with it. Don, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Matt. Tonight's matchup between the Central Panthers and the Warsaw Wildcats would come down to which team could stop the other.
Now listen to this guy. This guy, he's the nerdy younger sports brother or something like that.
Okay.
And he is the sports guy. I think the other guy is more of a news guy who's kind of filling in. That's my impression, at least, especially since he does regular news now on his TV station that he's on in Boston. And so this guy should inherently know what he's talking about. But he also will seem like he's seeing the highlight for the first time. In fact, a couple of times he refers to a player as dominating when in the video he's actually missing shots. Okay?
Jeez. What the hell?
Team strength. Warsaw enters the contest with one of the best marks from beyond the three-point stripe, while Central's inside game has been resurrected with the arrival of Merv Joseph. We go to Warsaw, where the two are locking horns tonight.
Huh?
We should be going to Warsaw. We'll see Bill Heisler with the steal and the easy lay-in. But Heisler then dials 9 for long distance.
This is not the first guy, then. This is the second guy he went to.
The second guy.
Okay.
Then dials 9 for long distance as he launches the tray, and he hits it. But Merv Joseph was on the court. You got to guard him. You got to guard Merv. You got to guard Merv.
He's missing. All the time he's saying this, he's missing one shot, getting the rebound, putting it back up, throwing it over the iron, and getting the rebound.
Heisler with the steal and the easy lay-in, but Heisler then dials 9 for long distance as he launches the tray, and he hits it. But Merv Joseph was on the court. You got to guard him. You got to guard Merv. You got to guard Merv.
You got to stop
saying
saying
gotta. You got to block out Merv. Merv puts the lay-in in there.
Ow.
That's all you get of the Lorch cast today.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We had too much fun with Tucson talk.
My name is Lieutenant Aldo Ray, and I need me 8 soldiers. We're going to be dropped into France dressed as civilians. We're going to be doing one thing only.
This is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Killing Nazis. Yes, sir!
In the next segment, we'll tell you what this German nursing home did to keep the Alzheimer's patients from running away.
They gassed them, didn't they?
They did not gas them.
They hit them with hammers.
No.
Put them in a hot train.
Should have just not said they were German.
We ain't in the prisoner taking business. We into killing Nazi business. Cousin, business is a boom.
We have ways of making you stay put. You will not be walking. Or
No, not more.
Oh, do more.
No.
You will eat your strudel in your room, and you will be happy with it.
I don't think you should be doing that.
That accent is the best. What is the problem?
Is it okay that we can make that joke about German people and zero ramifications?
Well, German people are evil.
It's time for the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps.
Thursday. The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Free Beer, Hot Wings, and Eric Zane. Two producers, Joe and Steve. You join us toll free. 1-800-947-3979. Email anytime, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com. The I can't wait to talk about blank segment. Whatever happens to be on your mind, now's your time.
Man, that intro, it reminded me when we were in Portland at the after party at Bull Feeney's, hanging out with listeners and just doing our thing. And I was walking through the room at one point, and I made eye contact with this guy, and him and a lady and another guy sitting at a table. And I make eye contact, and I'm like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" He says, "Good, good." And so I start talking to him for a second, and he goes, "Hey, she's from Germany. Do your German accent for her." I'm like, "Oh, no." I go, "Oh, what are you doing to me, man?" I go, "Not only is it awkward because she's actually German, but now I'm on the spot and I have no content. You're just, It's like when I go home and somebody says, "Hey, say something radio."
Use your radio voice. I am.
It's nice today. Sunshine.
Come on now.
So,
did you do it?
Yeah, I did just like a little. I'm like, "How are you doing today?" or something. And I go, I got nothing, man.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Content. That's the funny part.
When I'm just walking through a room with a half a beer and just saying hi to people, I'm just not in the mode.
You don't always have a German bit worked up in your head just in case someone from Germany busts out on you.
I'm like, this isn't stand up, man. I don't, I got to roll with this stuff, but.
What's the name of the actor who in the film Inglourious Bastards that we referenced in that intro? The guy who won the Academy, was it an Academy Award?
Waltz.
Man, so is he a German actor to begin with?
He is. Joe says he is. It makes sense. That name sounds.
Yeah.
I think he's a huge actor in Germany, isn't he?
Yeah. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Boy, was he great.
That was my impression.
He's in Tarantino's new Western that he is working out, which I think may be called Django Unlimited. Yeah. Is that right? Yes. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it's got DiCaprio and Waltz in it. But that performance by Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Bastards, the opening sequence.
But if one were to determine what attributes the Jews share with the beast, it would be that of the rat. If a rat were to walk in here right now as I'm talking, would you greet it with a source of your delicious milk?
No, God.
Probably not.
Oh, he's the worst.
The French guy.
You don't like them. You don't really know why.
What did they call his character in the film? Is it the Jew Hunter? Is that what they call him? I forget now.
But sounds vaguely familiar.
Boy, is he... I mean, he couldn't be more evil in that movie.
Some incredible tension in that film at various points. This was some of the most incredible tension in a film ever.
This opening scene. In fact, so much so that I'm like, I can't take 2 hours of this. Can't do it.
Oh, yeah, that was great. That's about the extent... it was pushing me to my limit, too. And then the scene at the fine restaurant when he's eating the strudel with Shoshana.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he is.
Because you're thinking to yourself, is he going to figure out if it's her or not?
Yeah. He's such a calculating evil person in the film. Alex, you got to see it.
I know I haven't seen it. It drives me crazy that I haven't seen that movie because that's the kind of movie I like. I like that kind of tension. I like anything that has to do with World War II and Nazis, and I don't really care what the storyline is. For some reason, I just like those movies. Mm-hmm. And I've heard so much good about this movie, and this guy just looking at, I don't think I've ever seen anybody nominated or win more awards for a role than he did for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you look at this, that's what he was nominated for, or won.
All those
for that one role. That's him.
Joe, what are you sending me there? I see Christoph Waltz. Would you say Waltz if you're in Deutschland?
I assume so.
I bet you would,
Waltz.
yeah.
Waltz. What?
The day he won the Academy Award, he went on Kimmel and did Trollolol.
Oh, like the Russian guy who just had a stroke.
Yeah, how about that?
The Trollolololo guy is very, very
ill. Massive stroke.
Yeah. This was the viral meme at the time.
That Russian is creepy, man.
Yeah.
German people are very.
The original is it's very much an earworm.
They're humping.
He seems to have a ukulele affixed to his crotch.
God. Of course he ends with sheep.
It's so screwed up.
For no particular reason. Maybe if I watched the whole thing. But no, he's great.
Maybe, but probably not. I'll bet there's no explanation.
Yeah. Joe, listen, man. I got some news for you. We will not be able to do Producer Joe Duck Buffet.
Dude, I heard.
The Ducks were not cooperative. They will not do what we had anticipated and or hoped that they would do.
They became less friendly recently.
The Ducks, okay, in testing this, it's my son and my wife. We go to Duck Park.
Yeah.
The Ducks see us coming and start to walk towards us. They're like, all right, it's time to eat. And I have a bowl full of bread, ripped up. Huge. And I start throwing out the bread. They're going bananas. There's babies, fuzzy yellow ones, full-grown ones. I'm going, wah, 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 wah. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. The sound will be perfect.
Yeah.
I go, okay, Dan, sit down. And I'm going to start to get them closer to you, and then I'll end up dumping what's left of the bread, which is about half of it, on your outstretched legs. Her legs are out in front of her together. And I'll just dump it on you, and then they should come walking up to you and start to eat it like a buffet table. Right? That's all what we had hoped.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Joe, and then if they did pass that test, then I could be reasonably assured that we wouldn't be wasting our time with scared ducks when you get there.
Right.
And they would do it to you as we put pounds and pounds of bread given it to us by our friends at Skywalk Deli.
We've got so much bread.
As they would just eat it off you. So they're getting closer and closer, and then I dump it on her, and then they just immediately, it's like there's a force field. They know. Don't go that close. Don't be that trusting. One duck, this mallard, was walking up and just like cherry picking.
Checked it out.
One piece at a time, he'd eat it. And then they ate so much bread they got full and left us alone. But he ate it all. This one damn duck. But they would not do it. This bit is off. This is not going to work.
It was a good idea.
It went about as far as it could go. I'm disappointed, man, because I thought that would have been just chaos.
It would have been funny.
Mm-hmm. I really thought that was going to work out.
I really did.
They're so tame.
I really did
relative to, other ducks.
Oh, God.
Maybe there's a chicken farmer and you could lay down on the trough where the chickens eat.
No chickens.
Yeah. Sounds like you're saying you're pro-chicken is what I heard.
Oh, pro-chicken.
Yeah. I'm pro-chicken is what you said.
Maybe I said that.
Mm-hmm. What about pigs?
What'd you say?
Pigs.
Yeah, would you like to be
Would you lay
upon?
down in the pig trough like Woo's pigs?
Well, definitely not.
Mm-mm.
Pigs are disgusting.
Eat you to the bone, man. All right, so that's that.
That's a
bummer. Yeah.
Maybe your experiment was flawed, though, using your wife. Maybe the ducks are smart enough to know that if they get too close to her, a car could run into them.
Wow. That was a roundabout attack on her driving ability. Not so roundabout.
No.
You went way
direct.
It was eventually direct, just we didn't know it at first. Garth joins us. Hello, Garth.
So I just wanted to warn him about the Haitian Miami Ducks. They might bite off his face.
Oh, I get it.
There's the zombieism going out in Miami, so... Oh my God, that is...
Oh, man.
Right from today's headlines.
Joe, don't do this bit in Miami with the Miami Ducks. The Haitian
They'll
Ducks.
never be as funny as those little Jews.
That was so bad. I feel bad for that guy.
Bad? That was great. That was funny.
Maybe if you imagine it had been followed by this sound.
Yeah.
Then okay.
Man,
now it's pretty funny.
Oh gosh, that guy is rich.
See what? Yeah, that's just.
It was neat that he took duck feed and a story from contemporary news and smashed them together.
Sorry, we already said we're not doing the bit.
Yeah.
You should have ripcorded when you heard us talking about it when you were on hold, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to talk about face eating, did you guys see the photo that I put on our Facebook page yesterday and made everyone
Why
mad?
did you do that?
What happened?
Yeah, why did you do that?
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Did you put a bad picture up of something gruesome?
As I stated, I saw it. I figured everyone else might as well see it too.
Mm-hmm. Good logic.
Well, I want to see it now.
Well, I will read you what I wrote, and then you can see it if you want.
Yeah, man.
I wrote, today's disgusting animal reenactment of the recent Miami face-eating incident brought to you by my cat and an unnamed mouse. I figured if I had to see it, you might as well too. You're welcome.
Okay. So your cat was successful in killing a mouse.
He definitely killed him. Did more than kill him.
Okay. And then you took a picture of
I was
the
told
dead mouse.
I got home. And
how did this fly in your household? Your wife usually has, a ritual for a dead mouse.
Well, when the cat does it, there's not much you can do. I mean, that's nature.
Right,
If I went out and beat the mouse with a shovel, we'd have trouble at my house. But
surprised you didn't. Christopher, take that down immediately. That is not to share.
No. Well, actually, I don't know that she knows that I put it up.
Okay,
but,
let me see that thing.
But
let me see that mouse.
I get home and she says, Setzer killed a mouse. We went outside this morning, and Grayson pointed at it and goes, "Mouse!" Oh, no.
I don't know how he knew.
Come on, let me see it, man. I want to get it out of the way.
Wait till you see what he did to this mouse.
Oh, my God. I can't even tell what's... Oh, is that like he ripped his face off?
He actually separated the mouse's face from his body.
What's the red thing sticking out? Is that the mouse's tongue? I can't really see what...
Well, this is nose.
Oh,
and
I got it now. Oh, my God, I see. Jeez, that's the worst thing ever.
Isn't that terrible? So I had to share it.
Oh. Last time Zane saw a rodent in that bad shape, it was in a Ziploc bag next to the base of a tree.
I don't get it.
When you killed your hamster.
Oh, that. Oh, man. Oh, why would... All right, Joe, get it out. Joe, you got to do it now. You can't let go there without playing that.
We'll do. Hamster euthanasia in the next segment.
Steve, what?
That picture made Meredith dry heave last night.
It made a lot of people freak out. A lot of people
we're sitting there on the couch, and she just goes, "Ah, what? What did Chris just post on the show Facebook page?"
Now, does she dry heave with a Jersey accent? How does it?
Hey,
yo,
use guys. All right. Well, now I'm going to get a ton of hate mail. There's a lot of news stations that haven't heard this story, and so just know this: A, I was intoxicated. B, I was 20. C, it was with good intentions. It wasn't to be mean to animals. That's not my thing.
No,
okay?
At the time you thought it was a humane way.
You were trying to do a mercy killing.
D, I still have nightmares, and that is a true story about this. I'll be 42 in a month. 22 years ago, this happened.
Mm-hmm.
It still haunts me. I'm ruined by it. And you're going to hear what the hell I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We've told this story before, and we don't ever reenact it. We just play the time I nailed it the first time. Oh, this is a bad deal.
Reenact it. We'd hope.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
Time to rip open a wound, don't you think?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. That's a fair description.
Yep.
Oh, God. So, by many considered a classic, but not for Zane.
I had a hamster and when I was a kid. And there's two stories, actually. The first one is my dad's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And when he would pick us up for the weekend, of course, they were divorced. Everybody knows that story. He would, I brought the hamster with me one time. So we were going to go see a movie or something. And we jump in the car, and I brought the hamster. And it was about a 95-degree day. And we went, and I was like 9 maybe. So I didn't know that I didn't know how this worked. But he did, because he was a 40-year-old guy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe he did this. We got into the damn movie theater. He rolled up the windows. And we went in to see the movie. That little bugger cooked. It's like he was so dead when we got there. But amazingly, we picked him up, and he opened up his little hamster eyes. And there was still some life in the little fella. And my dad cranks on the turns over the motor on the Caprice, puts the air conditioner on high, cranks up the Doobie Brothers, puts the hamster in front of the stupid vent like that's going to help
we'll
it.
Cool him down.
He dipped him in water. He dipped him in water. The water was like boiling on side of that. Oh, I was so upset. The jerk.
How old were you?
9. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe he did that. What an a-hole. How the hell can you do that?
There's something fundamentally wrong with your father.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Good to see you. Okay, bye, Mom. I know you hate Dad. Hey, Dad, how about I bring the hamster? Okay, that'll be fun hanging out in your bachelor pad. Okay, I'll get his cedar chips. Okay, I'll put him in the car. What do you want to see? Close Encounters? Okay. Dad, let's Spaceman. Okay. Come on, Jim. Let's go. Dad taking us to the movies. Yippee! 4 hours later. Hey, Dad! How come the hamster's hot? How come oh, no! He's melting! There's ooze coming out of him. Dad! Dad!
My hamster is oozing.
I'm there.
I hate these hamsters. For me to start laughing hysterically, all I had to hear was,
Hey, Dad.
"Hey, Dad."
So you've got a long, rich history of good endings to hamster ownership.
You know what, to be honest with you, that isn't even the bad story. That's not the bad story.
The amazing thing.
No,
it's
clearly.
amazing that you went, man, I need another one of these. I don't feel crappy enough.
That was chapter 1.
And I don't forget it because he then immediately, from the parking lot of the movie theater, he went to a pet store. There you go. I know how to fix this. I shall buy you a new hamster. Thanks, Dad. It's just not the same, though. Your car still smells like burnt hamster.
Oh, an a-hole. My mother, she went through the roof when I got home. Why? I thought your hamster was brown.
I know, but Dad killed the other one, so we got a fuzzy teddy bear hamster. It's okay, though.
Oh. So fast forward.
Ironically, the first hamster's name was Marriage.
Oh, yeah. It was Bernie. That was my mom's name. My dad wanted to kill the hamster. Or that is my mom's name. She's not dead. Okay, now I got to regroup and tell the other one.
Oh,
by the way,
start all over.
It's amazing that your second hamster you bought when you were 20. Who buys a hamster when they're 20?
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, my wife and I
trying to latch back onto childhood.
I guess we decided to get a hamster.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We get this
to prepare for kids.
We get this damn hamster, and everything is. We had it for a while, and then one day I noticed. This is like 21 years old. I noticed that it's kind of dragging its back legs, and I go, uh-oh. It's been about a year and a half, so that's usually, I think the lifespan is somewhere in that ballpark. And so I pick the thing up.
It'd be a bummer if you found out today that the average hamster lives 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, we did get an email. I don't remember the story, but it did say something about the hamster living for about 6 years.
That's not true. That is absolutely not true.
Oh, no.
Whoever said that is mistaken.
The person said that the hamster got out and then chewed a hole through the drywall and created a nest under the shower. And
I'm sure it can
lived for about 6 years.
I'm just saying, on average, you can get you're about a year and a half to 3 years at the most. I think on average.
Well, it's because they always die in some awful way. It always happens. I mean, who knows how they might live to be 100 if they, I don't know, weren't retarded animals.
Hamsters
they're not big, so.
Hamsters are to the pet world what the guy wearing the different colored shirt is to a Star Trek episode.
Mm-hmm.
Just there to die so everyone else can live.
Yep, you just know it's only a matter of time.
So I pick this guy up, and I flip him over, and dripping out of his is like this deep green discharge.
Oh, no.
And I knew there was
so he's
trouble.
Oozing.
He was literally a drippy hamster.
Oh.
And it hurt him. He was in pain. It was causing him real trouble.
Yeah.
And vet's not going to treat a hamster. It's just, I mean, they hate to say it, but it's not worth it.
Right.
You don't treat a hamster.
Right.
So he's dying a painful death. And I'm like, oh my God. And it was just agony. I go, what the hell am I going to do? So I said, I'm going to euthanize the hamster. Cox, have you heard this story ever?
No, I haven't. Get ready.
I bought a case of Busch, and I drink about 12 beers and get good and drunk because I don't want to be sober when I do this.
Mm-hmm.
But in hindsight, I should have been sober, and perhaps I would have thought more clearly.
What was the hamster's name? Do you remember?
I think it was Rich.
Rich.
Because you like the irony
Dick
of your bank account.
Yeah. Excuse me. And my original plan was to take put the hamster in a shoebox and cut a hole in the side of it about the size of the exhaust pipe of my car and stuff it onto the tailpipe and fill it full of carbon monoxide. But then I go, that exhaust is hot. He's probably going to catch on fire or something, and it's not going to be pleasant. There's not a pleasant way to do this. What the hell am I going to do? So that it's not only, as least painful for him and as least painful for me, because I got to kill this thing. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, man, I can't. I cry when I hit a squirrel. So this is a real bummer for me. And I go, no, that ain't going to work. So then I decide I'm going to take this hamster. And I'm going to put them in when you go to the grocery store and they say paper or plastic, and they give you the plastic, it's one of those sacks with the handles, the plastic bag. I'm going to put them in that. I'm going to swing them around like a medieval warrior with that crazy thing. I think it's called a bolo or something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fling it. And I remember.
It's such a flawed plan.
It's not even the funny part yet. No. And Joe and Cox are already wrecked in there. I know it's coming, though. That's the only...
That's what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the hamster in the bag, and I'm drunk as hell, and I go walking out to this wooded area outside. There's these scummy apartments I lived in, and there's this wooded area. God, I should go back there just to see the scene of the crime.
See if the stain's still there.
Yeah. Oh. So, Cox, I take this thing, and I start whipping, getting up speed, and the hamster's probably on the side going, what the hell is going on?
So you're whipping him around,
spinning
probably
him around
at about 1,500 RPM.
Oh, he's cooking, man. And I don't know what made me change my my flight plan, but instead of throwing him like straight fastball, he went straight up in the air. In the whole bag. I let go of the bag. So the bag, the tail of the bag is acting as like it's slowing down the speed dramatically as soon as I let it go. But it goes probably, 30 feet in the air at the most. And as he's flying up, I go, that should be more than enough when he hits the ground to kill him, despite the fact that in a split second's time, I've changed what I'm going to do, though he's now gone, and he's going to hit the ground, and he's going to be okay. Now, you remember I said I went to that wooded area? Well, it was like the winter months, and this leafless tree was right next to where I was. And the very, very apex of this hamster's flight, when he just starts the descent, remember the plastic bag with the hoops? This teeny tiny branch goes into one of those hoops and pluck. He's not coming down.
So at this point, all he's done is make it sick and lodge it in a tree.
This hamster has never been more healthy. He's stuck in the tree. And I can see him, this little ball, moving in the bag. I go, oh my God.
The altitude cured his ooze.
Yeah.
Everything's getting better for him.
Now I have a dizzy hamster who's very much alive. What am I going to do? So I start to shimmy up this stupid tree. The stupidest tree ever. And it's this stupid tree where you can't really go too high because it's so stupid thin. So I get as high as I can, and I start like rocking back and forth on this tree to get some type of...
You had to look like such a lunatic.
Oh, I'm 15 feet up a tree drunk. I'm crying. I was crying. This thing, it's barely moving. And finally, somehow, by the grace of God, it falls. And I notice that the fall is so slow. It's like a parachute. Because the hamster's not heavy. The bag is completely breaking the fall. It falls softly to the ground. It goes thud. He's fine. Now I'm mad and crying.
And drunk.
And I go running and say, oh, God, I'm going to end it. And I pick up the bag, and I do the thing again. I whip him around, and I let it go. And I threw it straight this time, and I'll never forget seeing it take off straight at eye level at 1,000 miles an hour. And I'll never forget the noise it made when it went on this. It hit this damn tree, and the bag ruptured. And the juice for the hamster hit the tree, and it was like 1,000 paintballs hit it. Red. It just went, oh my gosh. All the side of this stupid white birch, it's instantly red. Oh my God. And the thing fell to the ground. And I just went, and I didn't even check on it. I went running back in the apartment. It's probably okay.
And you're crying.
I actually went running into the apartment.
When you came in, what did your wife say?
She wasn't home.
Oh, she wasn't home.
No, she wasn't home. I just went back inside, and I was so traumatized. I'm still traumatized. Listen to me. It's 15 years later. You can't tell a story with that much detail, not missing a detail unless it profoundly affected you. I'm destroyed. And tonight, because you a-holes made me tell this story, I'm going to dream about my dad at the movie theater and that damn hamster killing me.
I can't believe your hamster was sick and you thought the best way to get rid of it was to put it in a bag and hurl it.
Thanks. You make this much easier.
It's okay, though.
Do you have a better way? I don't think so.
Yeah, hit it with a rock or something.
But then I got to look at it.
Yeah, still, I mean, you flung it. I mean, talk about adding misery before death. Twice.
Joe?
You should have just dropped it into a bucket of water with some Alka-Seltzer.
No way.
Run it over with the car.
This is not cool. Don't tell me there was a better way to do it. There's no good way to do this.
Throw it in the sewer.
Yeah, but it'd be way more humane, though, to just hit it with a rock than it would be to bolo it at 1,000 miles an hour into a birch tree.
You're killing me, man. This is not cool. Oh, my gosh.
I'm confused as why you decided to bolo it. Couldn't you just throw it? You had experience throwing, boloing. When was the last time you fought a medieval war? Why didn't you just pour hot grease at it when it tried to climb the wall?
Yeah, maybe launch some tar.
Build a trebuchet and fire it over a castle wall.
Maybe a little guillotine.
Oh, no.
Well, no hamster's life
ends. Like William Wallace.
Ends well.
Burn it with wildfire. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One person gets that joke.
But loved it.
1-800-947-3979. I like how Hot Wings Joe and I have all the answers for how you should kill your hamster as long as it's not ours nor our responsibility.
Right.
If it was mine, I would have paid a vet $500 to come to the house and smother it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I can't do it. I don't want any part of it.
Yeah.
Can it die of happiness? Maybe I'll take it on a roller coaster. I don't know. Up next, a celebrity son gets a scholarship.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
Seems like yesterday we used to rock the show. I laced the track, you locked the flow. So far from hanging on the block of dough. Notorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seemed to be.
P. Diddy.
Express what you mean to me.
Puff Daddy.
Gone, we still a team. Through your family.
Hasn't made music in a while, has he?
In the future, can't wait to see.
I don't know what his last album was, but
pretty big producer too, right?
Yeah, he's got his hands.
Now he's
in
a brand.
Yeah.
Well, his son is a hell of an athlete.
Is that right?
Yeah, Justin Combs. He received a football scholarship to UCLA, so he's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the upper crust of high school football players, if you can pull that off, to a big university.
I wonder what position or what type of game. What makes his game excellent?
I thought I remembered seeing that he was a wide receiver, but I don't know that that's true.
Okay, so Dad's a mogul, millionaire many times over.
Made $45 million last year alone, according to Forbes.com.
John Combs did.
Yep. The scholarship at UCLA, just academics and room and board, about $54,000 a year is what they're saying.
Yeah. Wow.
But an athletic scholarship would cost more than that. I mean, it wouldn't cost more than that to send the kid there, but the athletic department would end up spending more because they pay for food and lots of other stuff that travel.
Yeah.
In addition to. But nonetheless, a lot of people are really upset.
Why?
That he got a football scholarship. They're saying that scholarship should be given to someone who's more in need.
Oh, that's the old, your dad makes money, so you can't get what everyone else gets.
Now,
because
I think
your dad's rich.
I think it would be okay if they said, you know what, UCLA is where I want to play football, and we don't need the scholarship, so give that to someone else who may be a walk-on that comes from a more difficult background. If they chose to do that, that might be the right thing to do, or that might be a nice thing to do. But that's not how you do it. That is, and they actually released a statement, the school did, defending their decision. Quote, Unlike need-based scholarships, athletic scholarships are awarded to students strictly on the basis of their athletic and academic ability, not on a student's financial need. Athletic scholarships, such as those awarded to football or basketball players, do not rely on state funds.
It's a reward.
Right.
That's
right.
He earned it.
Done and done, yeah.
That's basically how you legally pay players.
It's not.
Essentially.
Yeah.
They're coming to your school. They're going to generate more money if they're good and they have a good football program, and then you reward them with.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't say it's the right thing to do. I know you mentioned it, and then you change it to the nice thing to do. But I agree with you. Yeah, it would be nice if he did do that, but he doesn't have to, and I don't care.
No, not at all.
So it doesn't make
I don't think less of them for taking advantage of something that they earned, just the same as anyone else would earn it.
It's going to reap the benefits of having a high profile, first of all, an excellent player, second of all, a high profile excellent player being there. So that's what they do for other athletes. So that's all good, man.
I don't think I would be excited to watch college football if it was portrayed as America's poorest children playing football Saturday, in the Big 12 conference. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I can guarantee that he's not the first kid who came from money to get offered a scholarship. It's just because everybody knows who Sean Combs is.
Right. There's lots of kids that played college football who come from money.
Yeah, and
Huggy Bears kid, Justin Vargas. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Name is from there. I can't place it, though.
You played for Michigan, I believe, and then he transferred.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's lots of guys.
Yep.
I don't know if it came from money, though.
Plenty of guys. And if they isolated it to only giving it to the poorest of the poor, then everyone would complain about how all you were doing was exploiting these poor black kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so that's why they base it on their athletic merit. They want them to come play football there. Yeah. So they base it on who's good at football.
The kid earned it.
It's because this kid happens to come from money.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure it sucks for some kid whose family doesn't have two nickels to rub together, where he's a walk-on.
No,
and he's going to have student loans and has a chance to earn a scholarship or whatever.
Makes a lot of red tape. It's a two-way deal. It's not a three-way deal. School wants player. They pay for his education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, life's not fair.
And frankly, offering him a scholarship, they might be more inclined to do it because to some people, it would mean something that P. Diddy's kid is playing football for you.
Of course.
I can't believe people get so worked up about that. What's his name? Was it John Lovitz who was bitching about the Obama administration?
Oh, yeah.
Really this is the same thing. Combs busts his ass for years selling it out of his car, and he finally makes it. The American dream.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody wants to let him have it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he made it.
I like making fun of the guy and,
But when you get down to the brass tacks of this thing, this guy worked his ass off to get everything he's ever had.
Yeah.
And then
he's
some
very
idiot,
smart.
bleeding heart jackass is going to come and do this. Screw you.
Yeah.
Pay that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if the situation was a little bit different and this kid was a super genius and he got offered a actual academic scholarship, would people complain then?
No, they'd say the Combs child is so well spoken.
He's really smart, but he doesn't deserve a scholarship. Give it to half a smart a guy that doesn't have any money.
That Combs kid is sure is smart and black.
Yeah, you're right. They wouldn't say give it to someone less smart but more poor.
Right. I mean, you either earned it or you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Money doesn't have anything to do with it.
In the next segment, what do Kathy Lee Gifford and I have in common?
Oh man, this was.
I didn't think there would be a way such an easy way to connect the dots there, but yeah, this is bad.
Yeah, not good.
Worse for her than me, because hers is more recent and on TV.
Yes.
This is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. 3 hosts: Greg Free Beer Daniels, Chris Hot Wings Michaels, Eric Zane.
Hey, next break, I got to tell you a story about I screamed at a bantam hockey player at my kid's hockey game yesterday.
You screamed at a hockey player?
Yeah, I screamed him down. Gave him a little sweet Zane mouth.
Yeah, make you feel like a big man.
That's right. I gave a kid some sweet Zane mouth.
That did sound pretty weird.
What was that terminology we came up with last week? Mouth pedophilia? No.
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
1-800-947-3979. Email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. We got an email relating to the Puff Daddy story about his kid getting the scholarship offer to UCLA. No surprise that one would come in like this. Pretty standard argument. If your kid was going up against P. Diddy's kid for the same scholarship, would you feel the same? I think not. That's right.
Yeah.
I have every intention as my son gets older to make him believe he deserves things that he did not earn. That's absolutely right. You figured us all out. Howings does the same thing.
Yeah.
Zane is constantly teaching his son that he needs to be given things that he did not earn.
Yeah, and don't put words in my mouth or act like you have figured out the way we think with the I think not. No, I'm consistent. Okay? You're an idiot.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I am inconsistent on a lot of things, but that one I feel pretty solid on. Jesus. I might go, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah, he should. Yeah, Puff Daddy's kid shouldn't get a scholarship because his dad has worked his ass off. The kid is great at football, and he was awarded what any kid who excels at his sport is awarded with.
If he got a being poor scholarship, like a grant from the government, that I would have an issue with.
That guy right there. His email is a microcosm of how he parents, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Well, and how a lot of people think.
Probably how he lives.
Yeah.
Well, why isn't someone giving me something?
He's got
I hate
plenty.
That. Go out and do your own thing, man. Quit sticking your hand out, you idiot.
And some people, frankly, they get screwed. Some people work their balls off. And they work really hard and just don't catch a break. I understand that, but that doesn't mean someone has to give you something.
No, but when somebody works their ass off and they're successful, they shouldn't be punished for it. Well, you've really busted your ass and you're successful and have money, so you shouldn't get an opportunity to receive this. We will punish you and award it to someone else because you have done well.
You're not eligible for a scholarship because your dad has a good income.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I cannot believe there are people, and a lot of them, who believe that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not a need-based scholarship. It's an athletic scholarship.
The kid is
he's
top of his
gifted.
game. There are few people that are as good as him, and that's standard protocol, you jerk.
When you guys were at CMU, did you ever get a look at that handbook that had all of the specific scholarships in it? Like, I know our high school counselor recommended that everybody go through it and look just in case there was... some of that stuff was so specific. Like, this is for left-handed redhead kids. What? And there wasn't one for that, but where somebody passes away at a young age and their family sets up a scholarship for someone that is very similar to... So it's not awarded with state funds. It's not a grant. It's a scholarship endowed by that family.
Okay.
And there were some for kids from a single parent family or I don't remember the specifics. It's been nearly 20 years. But you wouldn't go to those and say, well, yeah, I mean, I know the scholarships for redheaded kids from Irish families, but he's a brown-haired kid who's more poor. Give him the scholarship.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair.
Give me. See my handout? It's busy not working so that it can receive the things that you should give me.
Mitchell writes, by that person's email, would P. Diddy's son be expected to forego his paycheck but if he makes the NFL because his father is rich?
Yeah, the NFL should give P. Diddy's kid, should give the money away to charity because he has money.
They shouldn't pay him to play football. They should pay a poor person instead.
Yes, as a proxy benefactor.
So I knew some trouble was going on for me yesterday. Minor, tiny trouble, when I started seeing emails that said free beer equals Kathy Lee Gifford, because anything that makes more than one person draw that connection doesn't really thrill me in the first place. But I didn't really know why until I got up this morning. She had an incident yesterday on the Today Show where the guest was Martin Short. Very funny man.
I haven't heard from him in a while. Was he pushing something new? Or
I'm not sure what I think he did a Broadway stuff for a while. Joe?
I think it's Madagascar 3.
Oh, yeah, he's one of the voices.
Yeah.
So he was on with Kathy Lee, and it sounds like they've met a number of times over the year. over the years. I'm sure they have.
I'm sure they have, yeah. I mean, so...
And he and Nancy have got one of the greatest marriages of anybody in show business. How many years now for you guys?
We married 36 years. Yeah.
But you're still, like, in love.
Madly in love. Madly in love.
Why?
Cute. I'm cute.
Yes, that is true. And you make each other laugh.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. Listen to that again. For some of you may be hearing this for the first time. Listen to this again.
We'll tell you why it's an issue in a moment.
And he and Nancy have got one of the greatest marriages of anybody in show business. How many years now for you guys?
We married 36 years. Yeah.
But you're still, like, in love.
Madly in love. Madly in love.
Why?
Cute. I'm cute.
Yes, that is true. And you make each other laugh.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is this an issue? Why?
She's dead.
And
she's dead.
Not like last week or last month. About a year and a half ago.
Unbelievable.
She just didn't know.
And boy, how about Short not ruining it and actually letting her off the hook?
He just rolled right along with it. Didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, and
yeah, boy, that's a showman right there.
Yeah,
to not, to not let it crash and burn, to avoid the awkward.
Yeah, to not want her to look bad.
That's a pro's move right there.
Yeah,
but
very nice, man.
I think that'd be a very difficult thing to do, too, on his part. I mean, not only is it a pro's move, but it'd be hard not to just, without even thinking, say, "Oh, I'm sorry, she passed away." I mean,
yeah, even if you tried to do it nice, most people, their response would be to immediately correct them.
Sure.
Yeah, well, like this.
I did. It was pretty sad.
Yeah, Mary, we're glad you're okay.
Yeah.
And our best to you and your husband, okay?
He died.
Oh, no.
I did. It was
pretty
sad.
Yeah, Mary, we're glad you're okay.
Yeah.
And our best to you and your husband, okay?
He died.
Oh, no. Also about 2 years earlier, I believe. Oh, no.
Oh,
no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah,
she's dead.
Oh, no. She didn't hold off. She let me know right there.
He died.
Kathy Lee explained what happened later on the Today Show.
Her phone was blowing up. She probably grabs it during the break. Well, that was great, Martin. I appreciate that. Grabs the phone. All the 30 text messages.
Hey guys, before we go on, Martin just told me as he was leaving, he said, Kathy, you probably didn't know, but his beautiful, precious wife, Nancy, did pass away a year and a half ago of ovarian cancer. And I feel so badly, but he said, Kathy, he said at her funeral, Mike Nichols said, just keep the conversation going. And the way he was speaking of her sounded like
he said he had one of the great marriages, and at the end he told you, and
he said,
I still do.
I still do.
Yeah, I still do.
So my apologies to him and his family for not
they don't still have a great marriage.
He's one of the greatest guys ever.
He's
ever,
a great
ever.
guy.
So sorry about that.
Oh, God.
I wish that moment could be released on camera. That moment when he said, Kathy, thanks for having me on. By the way, my wife died 2 years ago.
Just to see the look on her face.
She's dead.
Well, you guys know what the look looks like. You saw it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When I did it.
The face gets a little extra pale. A little saggy.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Steve points out, Steve, I think it's a good point. At least she owned it and didn't act like everyone had misinterpreted it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If she said, well, I knew that, I mean, but still, their love is so strong. It's like he's loving her now.
He talks about her like she's still alive, so I was trying to make him not feel bad.
I knew that. I mean, he air humps. It's like he's making love to his wife, even though she is, in fact, rotting. Oh, no.
Terrible. Oh, no.
Man.
What if I had followed that up with, well, Mary, guess who's single?
Oh.
Huh?
No,
Somebody's going to go out and lay pipe.
He He died.
Very sad.
Yeah, Mary, we're glad you're okay.
Yeah.
And our best to you and your husband, okay?
He died.
It was that sting from the song.
Yeah,
that
of all.
Oh.
That. It goes. And then it set it up beautifully with.
He died.
Oh, no. It's like we added the music later.
Yeah.
She was on the radio show, for those who don't know, to discuss the fact that she had fallen while gardening, and a knife had gone perfectly between her skull and her eyeball, and she managed to get it removed, even though she went to the hospital looking like a butcher block.
So we were doing Wacky Morning Show, finishing up the interview, and playing Eye of the Tiger, of course.
We had like 100 Eye songs.
Yeah.
We only got to that one, though, because
No, I think we got to These Eyes by the Guess Who as well.
Yeah.
At the beginning of it. But then we're finishing up with Eye of the Tiger. We're thinking, piece of cake. We're all done.
He died.
Oh, no.
And then it went that direction. In a hilarious way. And you felt bad.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Can't apologize for
That's
that.
on her. She didn't Martin Short out. She should have done that.
Yeah.
She should have waited till we were off the air. How dare her not have that sensibility?
Nobody would have ever known.
Why did she tell me the truth?
It wasn't necessary.
What Hot Wings Thinks comes up in 2 hours. What's your topic today, Hot Wings?
Mayor Bloomberg's attack on sodas.
Good thing I asked, because I was about to say, up next, New York was one of the first cities to ban smoking. Now they want to ban something else. I'll give you a hint. It's sodas.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, in that case, the next segment, little thing we like to call Wild Card.
Sweet.
Wild Card. Okay.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
The gruesome face-eating attack in Miami could be part of a trend, an example of something larger and much more dangerous. Miami police say they've seen similar cases recently of people behaving strangely and showing what appears to be superhuman strength. Over the weekend, Rudy Eugene attacked a 65-year-old homeless man, chewing off most of his face. Police say he was probably high on a drug known as bath salts.
I've been homeless for 18 years. On the bright side, it can't possibly get any worse than it is right now. Tomorrow, I'm turning over a new leaf. First, I'm just going to take a little nap right here. Bad as it gets. Oh, no! Can get no worse than today. I've hit rock bottom. This is my lowest point. Just sit here next to this feller, enjoy some conversation, tell him I'm going to turn my life around. Nothing can get worse than right now.
There are two things I still have, my looks and my wits. Oh. My wits.
Oh, my God.
Poor man. Surveillance camera in the Miami Herald building caught all 18 minutes of the gruesome attack.
Of the Devour Fest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can see the original footage. That's not something.
Yeah, I saw it linked yesterday on Gawker or one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
And,
would you watch it?
I don't know. I was tempted to click on it, and I thought, well, there's not much point, because I know I'm going to end up watching about 30 seconds, and then as soon as it starts to get going, I'm going to go, no, I'm going to stop.
Joe did.
So I'm not going to.
Joe watched it.
You did, Joe?
I did. It's really far away. The security camera is super far.
Sure.
And they put a lightened circle around what's happening, and it's really hard to tell what's going on. It doesn't really affect you at all.
I see.
The sequence of events is all there. Rudy stripping Ronald Popo of his pants and shoes. The unsuspecting cyclist who would be cruising by and see the whole thing and call the police. Police's arrival and the eventual shooting of Eugene. That is.
Skies are gonna clear.
Yeah, things are going to turn around. Why couldn't they have just taken? I mean, I don't care that they shot the guy, but I'd want to hear what makes him tick. Couldn't they have just taken? Couldn't he have taken his his baton or kicked him.
Don't they carry tasers? I would have thought.
You know what I mean?
I know he was threatening, but
well, maybe. But if this guy, he was eating a face.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I mean, if he was that hopped up that he didn't know the difference between right and wrong and eating a face, the taser probably wouldn't have done anything anyway. I mean, you're right. It would have been good if they could have apprehended this guy. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad he's just dead so they don't have to worry about putting him through the court system.
Yeah.
Good riddance, you frickin' devil.
He could have pled insanity, I'm sure.
Or, anything.
How could it not be? That newscast that we heard at the beginning of this segment, I know what they were talking about, the growing trend of bath salts, but it sounds like they're saying the growing trend of zombie attacks.
Zombie attacks? Yeah, really. Joe says the hobo's last words were caught on tape.
Bite me or gulp it.
Technically, it probably wouldn't be his last words since he's still alive, though I doubt he has a lot to say these days.
Before the attack.
Before the attack. Okay. To be clear, I got you. All right. I got you.
We showed up to work today, and there's typically we don't play these because they're stupid, but for some reason we played it today, and
it's still stupid, but it made us laugh.
It did.
Probably because it's so inappropriate.
This is a original comedy piece from the people who they send us this on a daily basis.
It's a familiar scene. You're naked on a causeway, eating a face, but the skin is chewy and bland. Yuck. We've all been there. But now, with Mrs. Dash's new face seasoning, gone are the days of dried out, bland face skin.
You never know when someone's going to have a face craving, so I never leave the house without having some Mrs. Dash face seasoning. You just rub it in the night before and let your face refrigerate overnight. It's so easy.
Hey, honey. Is that tomato basil?
A lady doesn't reveal her secrets.
Okay.
Thanks, Mrs. Dash.
Mrs. Dash's face seasoning comes in a variety of flavors. Lemon pepper. Yum. Fiesta lime.
Ay, 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 ay.
Italian medley. Mamma mia. And traditional blood.
The other man was taken to the hospital where he is fighting for his life, his face allegedly half-eaten.
I bet he would have eaten that whole face if he had some Mrs. Dash's. Mrs. Dash's face seasoning. Look for it in the boutique section of your local grocer.
Traditional blood.
Traditional blood.
Serious.
I like it how some tragedies are immediately okay to have jokes about.
Yeah, this one is...
Because collectively, culturally, we haven't gotten one email from a person who said, hey, man, I don't know if this is appropriate. A homeless guy was minding his own business. People were more upset when Joe went to the homeless shelter to give hobos a massage than they were about the jokes that have been made by us and everyone else nationally about this hobo who had his face eaten for 18 minutes.
See, I think it's because everybody feels like we do. These are called coping jokes. It's so gruesome and so ridiculously over the top.
This didn't happen.
That the only way to process it in your brain is to sort of joke about it. Because you can't, I don't want to accept that actually happened. That there are drugs in the world that make people basically zombies that can attack somebody and just eat their face off on a public street.
They have no idea they have superhuman strength.
No.
You know, I feel for is the intensive care nurse who has to deal with this.
Can you imagine?
I mean, they see everything. And I can guarantee you that it takes all of their wits to be able to stay focused enough. Hey, Mr. So-and-so, here comes your lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Who's hungry? Oh, that's not an appropriate question.
Can you imagine if okay, fresh from the cafeteria, open face sand. Oh, no.
Do you want one of our hospital's trademark smiley face cookies? Oh, not appropriate.
This will put a smile on your face. Oh, no.
It's 2 eggs and bacon in the form of a smile.
Here, eat your egg face.
This always cheers everybody up.
The kids love this. Oh, boy.
Do you remember when you looked like this? Let me turn that bacon upside down.
There's a special on OWN. It's Oprah's interview with that lady who got her face eaten off by a monkey. Would you like to watch it?
Terrible. No good. 1-800-947-3979. You could email idiots@freebearandhotwings.com. There's a video of, you need to see it, but some guy for some unknown reason decides to take his Ram pickup and jump it into the water.
It's ridiculous.
It looks really cool. I'm glad I saw it.
Boy,
I'm glad they videotaped it.
I'll bet it really hurt.
I bet it did. And
people don't think about it that way. You see those videos and you're like, oh, he jumped into a lake. That's soft. But that landing.
Keep watching on the video, because eventually the guy sort of leans out of the cab and the camera zooms in on his face. And his face seems to indicate he's asking the same question we all do when we watch the video. Why'd you do that? What made you think that was a good idea?
Okay, here he is.
He got some great loft. I mean, it was...
I might swear. I don't remember.
I can dump it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it does, but I don't remember.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Look at that. I mean, he went full-on Colt Seaver with that thing. It was sweet. I wish I had an old junker that I felt comfortable jumping it into a lake.
Looks more like just a big bog of mud water from a flood.
I agree. It's not like a permanent pond, I don't think.
I wonder if he thought, well, maybe it'll hit and just keep going. It'll be fun.
He might have. I don't know.
Look at the end. How'd I get out here?
Why am I here?
I am stupid. Dad's going to be mad when he finds out what I did to his truck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, Dumber Than Zane trivia. It's about an hour away. You could win $2,400 if you beat Zane. What Hot Wings thinks in a couple hours. What Hot Wings thought now.
Here's what Hot Wings thought. Hot Wings. What Hot Wings thought.
Free beer, Zane, and listeners. Everybody continues to talk about Rudy Eugene, who was the guy munching on another guy's face, who I have decided to refer to as the Miami Chow Machine because of my fondness for clever plays on words and Cuban rhythms.
Okay.
I knew that was so stupid I couldn't help but laugh saying it. Anyway, if you haven't seen the images, you definitely have heard about them. It is gruesome stuff.
It's growing on me.
The Miami Chow Machine?
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. Well, anyway, apparently authorities in Miami are looking for more witnesses of the incident in which one naked man was chewing on the face of another naked man. Why? Are they unclear of what went down? There's already one witness who saw what was happening. He flagged down a cop who also witnessed what was happening. The cop told the attacker to stop, and he responded by growling at the cop and then went on to more nose snacking. The cop shot the feaster, who continued feasting despite a bullet in the back, so the cop shot him more until he was dead. Do you need more witnesses? I mean, according to the story, this is a busy area, and there probably were more witnesses. But what else do you need to know? Even if they did see something, I doubt that they'd be able to give you a why he was doing it. You've got a civilian, you've got a cop who both saw a lunatic eating a guy's face the way a famished food addict might chow into a warm birthday cake. The cop and a witness saw a guy chewing nose. He had chunks of ear stuck to his lip the way you or I might have an errant corn kernel stuck to our face after mowing on a cob.
God dang, is that sick?
You want to know what made him do it? Well, wait for the toxicology results. If those don't tell you what you want to know, you're never going to find out. All I know is that there was a guy in Miami whose face looks like it was covered in warm red wax. And another guy who made that happen who is now dead. And that's enough for me. I'm Hot Wings, and that's what I think.
That's your new opinion from Hot Wings. Here's something Free Beer said.
Now that my wife has milk-filled breasts,
Wow. He was thinking about it, and then he went for milk-filled breasts.
Yeah.
Sounds
trying to think of the many ways you could say it, but that's what they are. They're filled with milk.
Sounds the worst way to say it almost.
They are, though.
Now that my wife
has her milk-filled breasts.
It's like you turned into Edward R. Murrow all of a sudden.
Well, in other news, my wife's milk-filled breasts.
Holy.
That was incredible.
1-800-947-3979. Email idiots at freebeerandhotwings.com. AOL did a survey of the 5 unethical ways that are the most common ways that people save money.
Oh, Crombie.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Yeah.
This is for you, you cheap bastard.
I'll bet a lot of people have done one of these. Some people probably do all of them. 1-800-947-3979 if you want to add to this list. And it almost always comes with a justification. You know what I mean? The people that will call.
A selfish one.
Or email.
Usually.
They won't say, this is what I do. They'll say, well, I do it, but, that big box store probably rips me off all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We've heard that before.
Yeah.
And everybody does that on some level, some justification. But here are the 5. Number 5, the 5th most common, was just straight up stealing. 8% of the respondents said, yeah, I've stolen. So that was the 5th most common.
Okay.
Be it shoplifting or whatever.
Yeah.
Number 4 was tricking self-checkout scanners, either by not ringing everything up or lying about which item you're weighing. 29% of people say they've done that. So
seems like it would be pretty easy, especially if it's at a really busy time. Because they usually have one person kind of overseeing the self-checkout areas.
Yeah.
But it does seem like it would be pretty simple.
The scanners at the store now actually pause and say, is everything out of your cart? Please double check. And you have to hit a button.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some research that shows that people go, all right, I was going to lie, but the machine caught me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's
maybe.
A case of beer in here, whatever.
Or a lot of times, people get blackberries, which may be expensive, and then they ring them up as beans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, something cheap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which would also, you're right, would be very easy to do. Avocados are expensive. You ring them up like a tomato.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
Would be fairly simple.
Excuse me, sir, that is an avocado, not a tomato. Oh, my mistake.
Oh, I confused my veggies that end in O.
Sorry, I'm fruit blind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nothing I can do.
I couldn't tell the texture and color.
Rob in Wilkes-Barre. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
What is your unethical way of saving money?
Buying stuff just to use for a day or two and then to return it.
Like for example?
Like for the Super Bowl, you get a big screen TV, and then when the Super Bowl's over, you take it back.
Wow, that sounds like a terrible hassle. Have you done that?
Have you done that?
Yes, I have done that.
Okay.
You boxed up
not with a big screen TV, but with other things.
Okay.
Man, now I've heard of people, I know a lot of women do that. Thank you, Rob. I've heard of women doing that with clothing, like maybe an expensive dress that you're going to wear for an occasion.
Leave the tag on the inside. No one knows the difference.
Yeah.
And as long as you're careful not to get anything on it.
You know it's something you're going to wear literally one time.
Yeah.
And technically. You're not technically stealing it because once you return it, presumably they will be able to sell it again.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
Jared in Nashville, what is your unethical scam to save money?
If you take a case of beer and open it up and only scan the barcode on a can at Walmart, you get a whole case for the price of a six-pack.
As long as they don't see your receipt, I suppose.
Well, wait a minute, though. Don't you...
But they're not going to check your receipt.
One can... when you set it down after you scan it, that's a scale. And if you ring up one can, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, I've done it multiple times. Don't ask me how it works, but me and my friends are the masters of this, I guess.
You're the masters.
The masters, yeah. Well,
the experts.
I've had so many parties where I bought 2 12-packs of the equivalent of 2 12-packs of beer, 6-packs, and had 4 tastes.
Yeah, you paid for four beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, man, love your show. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Jared.
Don't ask me how it works, but I'm a master.
Yeah.
How about this trick? Number 3 on the list of ways to stretch your money that would be considered unethical. You go out for lunch with a group of friends, and then you lie and say you don't have cash, even though you have a way to pay for it, be it a credit card or you actually have cash, and then they pick it up for you.
I'm going to look at Ben on that one.
Yeah.
What is it again? How does it go? I was reading a message from Joe.
The group of people you're with, you just say, oh, man, I forgot my wallet. I don't have any cash on me. Mm-hmm. Can you guys cover me this time?
Be easy to do.
Well, yeah. I mean,
pull your wallet out and look in it and go, oh, man.
Who's going to question you?
Yeah, but when you have a notorious track record like him, he can't.
Our former intern.
He might be able to get away with it with people who like him. But, I mean, he pulls that stuff with us. No way.
Well, no, yeah, we'd never let him.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I guess you're out of luck.
But in most cases, nobody's going to call anyone out on that.
He maintains his ethics by not ordering anything, saying he's not hungry, and then picking off the plates of the food you don't quite eat. Like, I didn't eat all my fries. There's 6 soggy ones.
You can eat those fries?
No.
Can I have them?
He's kind of like a seagull.
Does he still do that annoying dork thing when he gets when something goes wrong? Instead of saying damn, he'll go swear word. He'll actually say swear word.
Probably. I would be surprised if he didn't.
Swear word.
Your unethical ways of saving money. So number 3 is lying to friends. How have you ever done that?
No.
Zane?
I don't think so.
Like where you lie and say you don't have money or whatever, so you don't have to pay for your share of the bill?
No.
I've always kind of enjoyed being the one to pay if the situation is right.
Then you're off the hook, you don't, then someone owes you. Hey, you get the next one.
Joe?
No. In fact, I'm with Hot Wings. I typically will be the guy who's purchasing things.
Yeah. Like when I was broke, I remember going to the bar a couple times and I really didn't have any money, and then people would buy me booze because I didn't drink that much, so that worked out well for me.
Yeah, that's
definitely lying. That was truth in advertising. I'm broke. Buy me booze.
You're not mooching. Yeah. They're offering.
They knew beforehand. I didn't order a beer and then go, oops, no money.
And usually it comes back around. You buy this round, I'll buy the next.
Yeah.
I'll buy this meal, you buy the next, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Chris in Nashville. Chris, what is your unethical scam to save money?
Play the handicap card at Walmart.
What? They give merchandise to the handicapped? What do they do?
No, when you go in, you get on one of the power chairs, kind of limping.
Yeah.
Go put your case of beer in the cart, drive up front, and talk to the greeter up front like you're done checked out. Give them your little day's story and ride on out. Never question you.
Uh-huh. Man, so how many times have you pulled this off? I know you haven't, but have you ever seen anybody that's actually done it or anything?
I've done it 15, 20 times. It works every time. No one ever thinks to ask the guy in the wheelchair.
So everybody gives a pass to the guy in the wheelchair.
I mean, if you go up to the greeter, have a conversation with him, and he's not going to ask to have your receipt when you're already rolling out the door.
All right, man.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
We're getting a heads up that Chris sounds a lot like this.
Best be careful or I'm going to sting you with my stinger. Oh, no. But then I was going to die if I sting you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to sting y'all after all.
I'm hearing it.
No, I haven't, officer, but I sure will keep my eyes open.
What is it?
That killer baby from the trial's gone missing.
Oh, no.
I know. I got some beer.
Number 2 on the list of their unethical ways to save money is parking illegally. It says 41% of drivers have taken a chance on a parking ticket. That's not the same. You're not stealing then. You're just rolling the dice.
It is. I mean, it is, but it's such a different type of steal. Sometimes that's out of necessity. There's no other place to park, and so you park where you shouldn't, or your meter runs out.
Yeah, come on now.
That's not. I mean, I get it is, but it's not. It's not the same as the other ones.
Yeah, I mean,
no one buys parking spaces and lose. I guess maybe they lose money if someone else doesn't park there. The first one, I know we've had lots of people who've called to say that they do this. 53% of people surveyed, more than half, said they've switched labels from an expensive item to a cheaper one, or a sale item to one that's not on sale.
Steal it? Why don't you just shoplift it? Why bother?
I mean, that's because then you're going through the motions, and you're not likely to get caught. I guess
it's still they're actually justifying it. That's that whole justification. Well, I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Janebo joins us on the Harmonizer. Hi, Janebo.
Hello.
Is that what you do?
I do that. I will switch, like, if I go in the dressing room and have a clearance item, I'll take one of the lower price or clearance tags and put it onto the other one, or put it on a regular price item.
Don't you ever have like a remorse afterwards?
Yes, I do. And I do it, like, I used to work at one retail store, and I know that there's no cameras there, so I'll do it, like, at that store. I have no justification for it. I do it because I'm an a-hole.
Well, why don't you quit doing it then? You know what I mean?
Janebo?
I'm sorry, Janebo. Are you still there? Honey? Hello?
She must have hit a bit of a dead spot.
I don't know what happened. That's crazy, man. That's such a pain in the ass. I'd be scared to death.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the draw to doing that, to thinking about doing it.
Oh.
I've thought about doing it, I guess. You know, you see something, you go, God, I wish that was cheaper. But you'd never really do it. Most people never, I couldn't live with myself to actively do it. But I guess you do it one time and get away with it. Every time after that, it probably gets easier and easier.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But
Bill listening in West Michigan. Hi, Bill.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I had a guy I knew in college that used to steal PlayStation 1 games. He'd actually go to the store and buy one, then take it back to his place and open up the cellophane with an X-Acto knife.
Yeah.
Slide the case out of the cellophane, not break the seal on the case, and open it up just enough to get his finger in there or a pencil or something, flip the disc out, then package it all back up and return the empty case.
Okay. Yeah.
And so then by the time that's a long ways to go, but I guess it worked for him.
Sure. That's rough.
Yeah, definitely possible.
Larry in Knoxville. Larry?
Yes.
What did you do?
I bought a suit for a wedding, wore it to the wedding all day long, ate in it, smoked cigarettes, and then took it back the next day and returned it, got my money back.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think it stunk?
It probably did.
Yeah.
I smoked quite a few cigarettes. I was at a pretty uninteresting wedding.
Well, who could blame you then?
Wear no underwear and use it as toilet paper.
It's an uninteresting wedding.
I like that.
That's funny.
Mike in New Jersey. Hi, Mike. What's your mom do?
Hey, my mom has a habit of walking around the big stores and she'll get a bag of candy or cookies or something and eat them while we're shopping. Yeah. And then throw the empty bag or the open bag back on a shelf and not think anything of it.
Your mom?
No, my mom does. I'm not the most law-abiding person, but that, for some reason, just bugs the heck out of me.
Well, if she got caught walking, they'd probably stop her.
Yeah.
While she's there.
Your mom must be very physically fit.
Well, her theory is she's 71 years old. She's like, what are they going to do, bust an old lady? She'll get like a thing of grapes and eat most of them and just put it back on the shelf.
Oh, man.
Well, then she puts it back. God.
That's a real jerk
Your mom's
move.
a pig, man.
That's a jerk move.
No offense, man, but your mom's a slob.
I think she agrees. Yeah.
Yeah.
James in Springfield listening on WQLZ. Hi, James.
Hi, how y'all doing?
Good.
I used to go to Denny's all the time with my buddies, and we'd all get separate tickets. And when we go to pay, I wouldn't pay for mine. I just put my ticket in my pocket and walk out with them.
So they would all pay.
Yep.
And you'd be in the group and you'd just blend in and they wouldn't question it. They'd think somebody else. Boy, that seems like that'd be easy to do.
Yeah, it's so easy. I used to do it like every time.
Okay. Did you ever feel bad or are you like, whatever?
Not really. I always look at it when it's like big business corporations, like they get over on us every day.
Yeah,
so.
you know. I mean, that person bringing you the food, too, she's not dependent on tips.
Yeah, did you leave a tip?
No, I give her a good tip.
Okay, because you got free breakfast. I guess that's all right.
But then at the end of the day, when they realized that they were short a certain amount of money off the check, I'm sure they took it out of her tips. So.
Yep. Let's see. Mike in Nashville. Mike, what do you do?
Hey, well, I enjoy green tea a lot, and also Splenda, and I've not bought green tea or Splenda in years, or because I go to the Y every morning to work out.
Yeah.
And I just
take
a few extra, and I've got a stockpile of it. Also, when I was in college, fun thing I used to do was on road trips, I'd stop at different hotels like Hampton Inn and Comfort Suites because the morning shift doesn't know who checked in the night before. And get free breakfast, kind of be a hobo and get some muffins and coffee and whatnot.
Boy, that'd be easy. Talk about easy. All those places with those breakfasts, just walk in and go, hey, good morning. Oh, good run.
Yeah.
Woo!
I'm
going to try that one.
What a great night's sleep
It seems like that would be the easiest thing in the world. I mean, to walk in and get a free continental breakfast.
They don't know.
How many people know who's in what room? See, very few would.
You can sit down, read the paper. That's free.
This is another great example of the sliding morality, because I have no problem.
That's the only one that's okay. That one's okay. Because now, all right.
Why is that? It's the same.
No, because I'm testing the hotel is what I'm doing. I'm seeing how accommodating they are.
You go up there and say, I've just tested your security, and it turns out your breakfast is at risk.
No. If I like the breakfast, I'm more likely to stay at the hotel when I'm on the road. I'm sampling is what I'm doing.
God, talk about simple.
We got to do that.
Next time we stay, if we stay at a hotel that doesn't have breakfast, I'm going to start walking to the ones nearby and see if they do.
Why don't we, on the way back from Springfield, try that?
We could try to eat in as many hotels as possible.
In as many hotel lobbies, continental breakfast.
We all walk in together, smoking.
The van is filled with styrofoam bowls by the time we get home.
We're not even hungry.
Yeah.
We're
asking if they have to-go boxes.
Does this waffle maker unplug?
You got a container for this batter? We need that.
It's always fun when somebody's really mad, and an Illinois state representative was really mad yesterday.
I saw that.
Also, apparently there's a couple churches in a couple different places that are really, there's lots of churches, I suppose, where homosexuality is a big deal. And there's one in Indiana where a toddler is involved. And there's a pastor in Kansas who said something that's probably more offensive than what that pastor in North Carolina said about caging everyone up.
That's right. I remember we played him about a week and a half ago at
This is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
What did you do to train Grayson so that when I walked in the door, he didn't run away scared? Because when I walked in, he actually put his hands out like he was glad to see me. And I was like, that's the first time I've seen anybody glad to see me ever.
I wear a ghoul puppet and give him M&Ms.
See how that works? I knew there was some... You had a trick.
That was fast and harsh. I wear a ghoul puppet
and give him M&Ms.
It's time for the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
It sucks because I'm ugly.
Thursday morning, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. Thanks for joining us. Free Beer, Hot Wings, and Eric Zane, your three hosts. Two producers, Joe and Steve. Live show tomorrow. Second ever in Grand Rapids at Village Motorsports. Hopefully have a good crowd there.
You remember last time they couldn't hear us in the back because the radio station was too stupid to realize they need speakers back there?
Yeah, the sound
so that
didn't
when we
carry.
talk. They put like one set of speakers in the front, and then they put like 80 rows of chairs.
Yeah.
And then we had talked just a day or so ago, Free Beer, about, I go, hey, is that? And we said, I don't know. I don't know if I went in and mentioned that to JT. For the record, I mentioned that to our program director, who is right now, I think he's out of town. I'm not positive on that, but I thought he was out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, oh, yeah, we have to do that. Now, just for the record, if you're in the back and there's no speakers, it ain't on us. It was mentioned. Please, I hope it's taken care of. Do you think it will be? I don't.
Well, I think it could be. I'm not sure that it's JT sometimes.
Well, he drops the ball all the time. That's what I'm saying.
Steve, will you shoot a note to Mike?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I think then it'll be taken care of.
Mm-hmm. You know, JT didn't say a word because he's terrible.
Probably forgot.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Too busy being stupid.
Mm-hmm. And handsome.
1-800-947-3979. So there was that pastor in North Carolina at the Baptist church who had advocated locking the gays up in fencing them in with the idea that they couldn't reproduce, as though they can reproduce if you don't fence them in, and dropping food, and that was pretty controversial. And what amazes me is, I doubt the church that I grew up in. I don't think they were very liberal with homosexuality. In fact, I'm certain they weren't. Mm-hmm. When my wife and I got married, we grew up in a Missouri Synod Lutheran church, which apparently is the more conservative. When my wife and I got married, we got married in an American Synod Lutheran church. And my parents' pastor, who was my pastor growing up, said, "Well, your pastor's probably gay." So,
yeah.
And that was at a retirement party over cake.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, well, whatever, Yeah. So, but there were never Sundays where the sermon was about hating a certain group of people, or that even if the word hate's not used, where it is obviously part of the theme.
Yeah, I have never heard that. I mean, Catholics get a lot of heat and flack for a million different things. They don't like the Pope or whatever. But in all my years of going to church, I've never, ever heard what I would consider hate speech.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. It's all, let's just read from the gospel according to Mark or Luke or whatever. Here's my homily, and, well, go out and do good things. Okay, see you later. See you next week.
Usually, the message was more about personal improvement, doing the right thing, doing your best, being kind to others who are in need.
Yeah. Thank you, Father. I will ignore what you said. No, I will think about it for 1 minute till I leave the parking lot and then be reminded of it next week. Thank you.
Thank you for making me feel better about life in general for the next 10 minutes, and then I'll go home and do something stupid.
As you know,
and yell at my kids and make fun of my neighbor.
I promise not to sin till I'm on the highway.
Yeah. I will not flip someone off until I'm at least 8 feet from the doors of this church.
Is making fun of that man's Vietnamese heritage a sin as I drive by him, giving him the finger? Is that sinful?
In this case, the first clip we have is a toddler, a 3-year-old, at a church in Indiana. And he's hard to understand. We'll play it first, and then we'll tell you what he says.
Somebody's wrong. I know the Bible's right. Somebody's wrong.
Okay, we're going to pause it because it is indecipherable when you just hear it. But all you need to know is that he's saying, "I know that the Bible's right," and then somebody's wrong. Romans 1:27. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good. Ain't no homo gonna make it in heaven.
Mm-hmm. 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd goes wild.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah. The hellfire right there.
That's hilarious.
Ain't no homo's gonna make it in heaven.
That 3-year-old hates people already. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I've never been happier than when a 3-year-old talked about hell-bound people.
He's gonna be the mayor of Connorsville.
Toddlers should know about the devil.
Somebody's wrong. I know the Bible's right. Somebody's wrong. Romans 1:27.
Ain't no homo gonna make it to heaven. You heard it. He did the same verse again, basically. They love it, these hicks.
I'd like to say I can't believe it, but...
Yeah, you see, and that's how you brainwash. They have brainwashed this child, indoctrinated the kid at an early age, an impressionable sponge that he is, and he is born with hate in his heart forever. Or it's been cultivated, and it will always be there. That will never come out, especially at that age when you teach them.
Yeah.
Incredible, man. That's child abuse.
It's an upset when the kid, like the Phelps kid that has changed his way, and he now goes out of his way to speak out against the Westboro Baptist Church. I forget his name.
That disgusts me.
But that's an upset that he changed his mind, that he grew.
Yeah.
Well, that is actually, I think, less offensive than what this Kansas pastor says that he is for.
Okay, we go to Kansas for this one, you said?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know where in Kansas.
Speaking from the pulpit, I'm guessing?
Yep. All right. You'll hear the audio.
Because of death. That's what happened in Israel. That's why homosexuality wouldn't have grown in Israel. It tends to limit conversions. It tends to limit people coming out of the closet. Oh, so you're saying that we should go out and start killing them? No. I'm saying the government should. They won't, but they should. Say, I can't believe you. You're horrible. You're a backwards Neanderthal of a person. Is that what you're calling Scripture? Is God a Neanderthal backwards in his morality? Is this His Word or not? If it's His Word, He commanded it. It's His idea, not mine, and I'm not ashamed of it.
So he's advocating the government instituting a death penalty for anyone who says they're a homosexual. He said that's why there were fewer homosexuals. No, that's why there were fewer people who admitted that they were homosexuals.
And this is the same type of a person who would probably go bananas if they wanted to build a mosque anywhere near his church because he doesn't believe in Sharia law.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we don't need their kind of hate here. They don't worship right.
I'm going to
kill the homos.
I'm going to convert. I'm going to be a Jew. That's all there is to it.
I'm going to be an agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Get away from it entirely. You see what you idiots are doing? You're driving people away.
You're wrecking it.
And that's the exception, I hope.
But they're so loud. God, are they loud.
You know, like the debate about whether or not gay people should be allowed to marry, I think I can understand both sides on that debate. But when you just hate, that seems strange to me.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to hate the sin, not the sinner.
Yeah.
They
seem to take glee in hating the sinner.
Yeah.
They seem to enjoy it.
You know, there aren't many by-the-book Christians who say, yeah, I'm cool, I'm down with homosexuality, if you were to ask them. But that doesn't mean that you have to treat people who are homosexual terribly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be a jerk about it. You know, there are a lot of things that I believe that other people may not believe or whatever, but that doesn't mean I have to treat them like a jerk about it. Whether it doesn't matter what the issue is. Very few people see eye to eye on every issue. That doesn't mean you have to treat them like a jerk.
It really is the same look as Sharia law, what you're just
basically.
Talking about.
But you know that guy would go crazy. Heaven forbid if a Muslim moved in.
Our Free Beer and Hot Wings report in the next segment features a couple people who are really mad. One is a baseball announcer, I believe, for the White Sox.
Yeah.
And the other, apparently people are mad in Illinois. The other one is a state representative in Springfield for the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
Who's upset about some of the new budget constraints. And he's on the floor of the Illinois House. I think it was the Illinois House.
Yeah.
Boy, is he mad. He's the kind of mad that if you see someone do it in real life, you say, that's not real. He must be faking.
He's so mad everyone's trying to pretend like they can't see him.
Yeah, they are. They're like, nothing going on here.
Yeah.
Maybe he was in a bad mood. Maybe he just got done listening to Bishop's pointless show.
Oh, maybe. That's possible.
That's it.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
All right, we got to interrupt Free Beer and Hot Wings for a moment because Chris Bear's got some breaking news that only Central Illinois can break.
And only this station will bring it to you. We are getting reports that there is a loose cow. A bovine milling around 97 and Cokie Mill on the far west side of Springfield. That loose cow now being shooed off the runway by both Springfield police and Sangamon. What? I take this job seriously.
Shoot off?
It is being. That was a quote from Deputy Police Chief Clay Dowis of Springfield Police Department. Being shooed off by both county deputies and Springfield Police, tying up traffic, 97 in Cokie Mill. We will keep you up to date throughout the morning on this breaking story.
All right, Kirk, thank you. Back to Free Beer and Hot Wings on the Rock Station 92.7 WQLZ.
The rage you feel literally broke into programming. For a loose
breaking news with me, Bishop. We referenced Bishop in the last break, so pulled out that gem from way back when.
That is a gem. Why doesn't new guy Kyle ever burst into programming and then send us the audio?
He's not a team player.
Doesn't he care about breaking news?
No.
Come on, Kyle.
Do something, man.
Yeah.
We're going to see
breaking news happens.
End of July. We're going back.
Yep.
Like Groundhog Day. I know what's exactly how it's going to pan out. It's a Friday night deal. We'll do a Friday night party of some type. Saturday we'll do the show live. Then we'll give away a motorcycle. We go home Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm. Usually at roughly 97 miles an hour while Hot Wings drives.
Mm-hmm. We arrive
Not
Springfield,
a lot of traffic.
the 27th.
Last year we set an amazing record. I don't know if we ever really talked about it or not. Steve?
Well, we got back so fast because we were ditching weight on the way by throwing Bishop's CDs out the window.
Bishop,
remember?
He gave us some. Hey, guys, I've got some shows that I wanted you to listen to. Check it out. I play it on AM, whatever. And here's a copy of this week's show about fluoride. Oh, yeah, okay, man, thanks. We'll check it out. And we did.
Guys, I found a way to make fluoride even less interesting than you think it is.
It's a fluoride conspiracy. Let me tighten up and pull up my compression socks for this one. Yeah, we were shedding weight, Steve.
Yeah. Losing ballast.
When we went into Zane's subdivision to get all of our vehicles driving back in his van, we had sent a completely arbitrary time that we deemed the time we had to get back by. Yeah. But we didn't set it until we were like 3 miles. We got to get back by 1:31 p.m.
I think we realized that we were on the cusp of breaking 5 hours.
Yeah.
And we needed to do it.
We went into the subdivision on 2 wheels. If you saw someone do that through your subdivision where people live and have children, you would call the police on them.
I was driving Zane's van, and Zane said, "Go for it!" And I go, "Okay."
Didn't we peel out at the light?
We did. We peeled out at every light.
2 miles away.
We were going crazy. Things are flying off the van as we go around corners.
All a little scared, but all worth it.
Just don't roll it. I won't.
Got a couple clips here of people being angry. Let's start with a guy named Mike Bost. He is a representative, a state rep for Illinois, and in the capital city of Springfield, where we are heard. Mike may be a listener to this radio program.
I hope he is.
If he likes rage this much, he should like us. And boy, now he is on the floor of their legislature, and he has the microphone. Boy, is he mad.
He is impassioned and ticked.
Total power in one person's hands, not the American way. These damn bills that come out here all the damn time, come out here in the last second, and I gotta try to figure out how to vote for my people. How ashamed are you? You should be ashamed of yourself.
I need to hear a dadgummit and quick.
Yeah, he's throwing papers around and punching the air.
Yeah, at the one point he threw the papers up and he punched them, I think.
Yeah.
The tirade from downstate Republican Mike Bost came after the pension reform bill passed a House committee.
Still
the
ranting
legislation
in the
would keep the retirement age at 65, but requires state employees and current retirees to make a choice. They can pick a retirement plan with smaller cost of living increases and be guaranteed health insurance. Or they can forego that insurance and keep their current 3% annual...
I haven't heard a word this guy said. All I want is more rage.
More rage, yeah.
raises.
We were making tough choices all over the place here in Springfield right now.
Whatever.
Several unions object to the measure.
Whatever.
And the loss of health care is unconstitutional.
Whatever.
Payment, but you also need to be able to pay your health care bills.
There's bipartisan support for many aspects of the bill, but threatening to derail the legislation is a dispute over how to pay for teachers' pensions in suburban and downstate communities. The bill would shift costs from a statewide fund to local property taxpayers. Today, some GOP lawmakers accused House Speaker Michael Madigan of a political power play.
Every year, we give power to one person.
Let's not get swept up in the emotion of the minute.
let's just keep our focus.
I can't imagine after that was the Speaker of the House or whatever. I can't imagine that didn't make him go even more bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
They've on that site we use, they've cut that up, by the way, into good drop form. Give all the power to one person.
Oh, that's great.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Boy, is he mad.
Uninterrupted, he went on for about a minute and a half or so, and just going crazy.
That'll probably win him votes.
Probably, because he's screaming about how is he supposed to represent the people in his district.
Mm-hmm.
And goes off on some kind of Egyptian pharaoh comparison and then screams, "Let my people go." Which was true. I'm not making that.
Do you have the whole thing?
I do, yeah.
All right, let's hear that.
Let's do that. You've sold me, man. I need to hear that whole thing. I mean, the fact that
total power in one person's hands, not the American way. These damn bills that come out here all the damn time come out here at the last second, and I got to try to figure out how to vote for my people. How ashamed of you should be. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
I like when he goes off mic.
I'm sick of it. Every year we give power to one person.
Okay.
It was not made that way in the Constitution. He was around when it was written.
Mm-hmm.
Now we pass rules that stop each one of us.
Look at the fat guy in the white shirt.
Enough!
Mm-hmm. They're all just acting like nothing's
somebody
happening.
trying to be released from Egypt. Let my people go! My God, they sent me here to vote for them. They sent me here to vote for them, to argue for them. But I'm trapped.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trapped with my rules that have been forced down our throats.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, we live in a democracy.
Okay.
But not here.
Yeah, he's really...
But not here.
Mm-hmm.
So you go
dramatic
back and tell
now.
your people, I'd like to do that, but the Speaker has so much power, so much control, and each one of us do it in their districts. And have to go back and say that. And you can say on your side of the aisle, oh, no, that's not the case. But yes, you do. All of us know you got to deal with it. When's it going to stop?
Oh, he slammed that
Punched the microphone. He sat down. He sat down like he was mad at the chair. I'll put my butt on you, chair.
And everyone around him is trying to act like nothing's happening.
I mean, technically, it's still a democracy. You could vote out the Speaker. Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
Boy, did he go berserk. Mike, you said Mike Bost?
Bost, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, if you're listening, keep being pissed. We enjoyed that.
Yeah, man. Nice.
While we're in Illinois and talking about people who are pissed, White Sox announcer Ken Harrelson didn't like this. He didn't like a call.
What are you doing? He threw him out of the ball game. You got to be raping me. What in the hell are you doing? What are you doing, Wagner? You got to be kidding me. That is so bad. That is absolutely brutal.
That's incredible.
That is unbelievable. I'll tell you what. They have got to start making guys be accountable. That is totally absurd. That just tells you he has blue. Here's an umpire in the American League knows nothing about the game of baseball.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong. He knows nothing about baseball.
That is awesome.
Like he's the umpire, he's behind home plate, and then, he's doing like Leslie Nielsen in the Naked Gun film. Strike or a ball? I don't know. He caught the ball. What does that mean? I don't know. What? I have no idea. Why are you running around the bases? I don't even know what's going on. That's amazing.
I love it. It reminds us of another clip where the announcer got angry. And this one of our favorites, he challenged everyone to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he took a hit to the head on the slide. Oh. Where's the flag? Where's the flag? A hit to the head on the slide is a flag. To the 27-yard line, Van Camp's slow to get up. He does get up. His helmet came off. There's not a flag. You cannot tell me that's a flag. That's not possible. Where's the commissioner? Where's Wright Waters? Where's Wright Waters?
Really going to get amped up here.
I mean, he was still up. He had not gone into a slide yet, but it was a helmet-to-helmet shot where the helmet flew off, and there is absolutely no reason why a flag shouldn't have been thrown there.
That's ridiculous. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. That is absolutely embarrassing. That has to be a flag.
And that still, we'll see if that's
sliding.
Send Van Camp to the sideline. No, there's Cooey.
Yeah.
He's got to get him out of
He's got to come out of the game now. It's ridiculous. That is, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. You can't.
I mean, it took him a while to get into the slide.
He is defenseless. He's defenseless. Don't you understand? Show a flag. Third down.
Banging on the gloves.
Cooey throws over the middle, behind the receiver, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Now, at this point, all the people are looking at him in front of him.
Van Camp took a helmet-to-helmet shot regardless, even if he wasn't in the slot.
You know what? I don't really care if you people look at me in the press box. You know what? I don't care. That's a flag. And I'll fight any one of you if you want it. That's the mood I'm in at the moment.
I will fight you. That's the mood I'm in.
Apparently the team is not the only one melting down here. 5:58 to go.
That guy should be...
I like how he had the realization that he was melting down and just kept going with it.
I will fight any one of you.
That is just the mood I'm in now.
Oh, that is so epic. Jesus.
In the next segment, Dumber Than Zane Trivia, we'll get a contestant in a moment.
We got new dice.
We do.
Yeah.
I finally brought him in. Thank you, Josh.
Mm-hmm. It's going to upgrade that part of the game. It'll be the best part.
Yep, we've got a regular, an 8, and a 10-sided die.
Goodbye, novelty die.
Yes. For different novelty die.
Auction this off. You know how long we've had this here?
Been a long time.
Both of these auction off. I bet you we can get at least 50 cents for these.
Oh, man.
And if not, we could wait till we go to Springfield and throw them at Bishop's CD.
Right?
The thing about computer disasters, guys, everybody knows this. We've all experienced it. They're unpredictable. If you have a sudden crash, virus, theft, your computer or laptop can be replaced. Your files, however, those could be gone. Probably gone forever. Irreplaceable photos, financial records, business proposals, contracts, things you save because you know, they'll always be safe here. That's why you need to start backing them up online with Carbonite. That's what we use. Hot Wings had a couple computer crashes. Which one did you like better? The one with Carbonite or the one when you didn't know what Carbonite was?
Oh, man. I'll tell you. That's exactly right. I had two computer meltdowns, 2 hard drives within about a 6-month period of time that barfed on me, and I didn't have Carbonite on the first one, and I lost everything. And I was bummed, and I'm still bummed. There are things I don't even know what I lost. It's just gone forever. My laptop, though, I did have backed up with Carbonite, so when it fried, no problem, because everything was backed up automatically and continually every time I'm on the internet, and like everyone else. So everything's stored safely off-site and securely. So when something happened like it did for me, all I had to do was go, restore, and boom, it all starts flooding back onto my new laptop. So everything is good. You can do that too. It doesn't matter if you have one computer or multiple computers for a small business. Carbonite is definitely the better backup plan with prices starting at just $59 a year.
Take our word for it. We've been using Carbonite for some time, and you'll love it. And you get to test it out for free. Go to Carbonite.com. Type in our offer code FREEBEER. You'll get a free trial plus 2 months free with your subscription. Carbonite.com, offer code FREEBEER.
Up next, looking for a contestant who wants to win $2,400 from Cat Footwear, but you have to beat Zane after you get through. First task is being caller number 8 at 1-800-947-3979. You win a new pair of shoes or boots from Cat Footwear just for getting through, and then if you play and win, you get the money. Pretty simple. Call now, 1-800-947-3979.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
And he and Nancy have got one of the greatest marriages of anybody in show business. How many years now for you guys?
We married 36 years.
Mm-hmm. But you're still like in love.
Madly in love. Madly in love.
Why?
Cute. I'm cute.
Yes, that is true. And you make each other laugh.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
She's dead.
Oh, boy.
Very gracious, Martin Short being interviewed by Kathy Lee Gifford yesterday. He did not acknowledge until the interview was over, when they were at commercial, that his wife died nearly 2 years ago from ovarian cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy Lee apologized, to her credit, owned it.
Yeah.
My God.
What a bummer.
Imagine. Then he went back to his dressing room and wept, no doubt.
Crying to this minute.
Oh. Let's meet our contestant for Dumber Than Zane Trivia. Luann in Albany. Hi, Luann.
Hi, how are you?
We're good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
You know, you have a chance to win $2,400 today from Cat Footwear. You already get a new pair of shoes or boots from Cat Footwear. You can check them out, catfootwear.com.
That's great.
The hard part's over. You've gotten through amongst all the people. Now you just got to show your knowledge, right?
Yeah, that's the hard part.
What do you do, Luann?
Actually, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
You are? How many kids?
3.
3.
What are their ages?
Well, one is 22, one is 16, and one is 6.
Okay. Wow. Very nice.
Quite a variety.
Yep.
Right,
built-in babysitters.
Yeah.
Works out well.
Luann, you've heard Dumber Than Zane trivia before. How do you do when you listen to the questions? You know most of them?
So-so. Sports are kind of tough.
Okay. Yeah. So it just depends on what comes up, kind of.
Yeah, it depends. This is going to be a crapshoot, I think.
Okay. You got a chance, like we said, to win $2,400. If Zane wins, it goes up by $400 to $2,800. If not, and you win, you get the cash, and it starts over at $400 next week. Hot Wings is going to roll one of our new dies.
Yeah, this is the 10-sided die.
Yep. And new dice, obviously.
I don't know. What is right? I don't know.
Well, multiples are dice.
Yeah. This is a die.
But I said new dies, which would be new dice, because there are multiple.
Is that a plural issue again? Is that what that is? That
was a stupidity issue.
Well, they're all kind of nutty.
The other times I actually know what I'm supposed to say.
Okay.
Odd or even?
Yeah, Luann, would you call odd or even, please?
I'll take odd.
It is even. It's a 0.
Zane, first or second?
Second, please.
Luann, you'll go first. Get a question right, get a point. Get a question wrong, your opponent has a chance to steal.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
No.
You're up first. What national competition has been sponsored annually by the E.W. Scripps Company since 1941?
National competition. I've never heard of E.W. Scripps.
What national competition has been sponsored annually by the E.W. Scripps Company since 1941?
Too busy watching stories. Don't pay attention. What's going on? Out of the loop.
I have no idea.
No guess?
5-0 victory.
Eric Zane, what national competition has been sponsored annually by the E.W. Scripps Company since 1941?
The National Spelling Bee.
That is correct. It's going on right now, as a matter of fact. Everybody's making a big deal about the 6-year-old girl that's in the contest. Zane gets a point. Eric Zane, your question.
Mm-hmm.
At what prison did Johnny Cash record a live album of a performance for inmates?
Luann, if I don't get this right, do you think you'll know this one?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, that has to be Folsom Prison.
Correct, 2-0.
That's an easy one. That's a softball.
Rub it in.
Luann, your question. What stoner comedy duo was discovered in 1970 at a West Hollywood club called The Troubadour?
Cheech and Chong.
Atta girl.
Correct. 2-1.
You needed that. That was very important.
Mm-hmm. That was a big one.
Eric Zane, what's the Italian word for an open-faced omelet? What's the Italian word for an open-faced omelet? You lead at 2-1, playing for $2,400 from Cat Footwear today.
Boy, I'm not positive on this, but I'm going to guess a frittata.
Correct.
Oh!
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I had no idea that's what a frittata was.
Luann, you trail at 3-1. Your question. Name 3 of the 5 convenient definitions the Breakfast Club members use in their essay to describe themselves.
Oh, my God.
Seen that movie?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a hard question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Name 3 of the 5 convenient definitions the Breakfast Club members use in their essay to describe themselves?
I really have no idea.
I don't remember that scene.
No guess?
No.
Eric Zane.
Okay. Misfit, jock, and geek.
Incorrect.
Damn it!
Brain, athlete, basket case,
Yep.
princess, and criminal.
I had, okay,
That was hard.
I wrote down misfit,
Boy, I forgot.
jock, geek, princess, and burnout.
You did, no kidding.
And I just went with what I thought was misfit. Was that one of them? Did you say?
Basket
case. That's the misfit. That was the one who was like, she was like all dressed in black,
kind of goth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Zane's question.
God dang it.
What Academy Award-winning film is often parodied for its extended slow-motion footage of runners?
You said Academy Award-winning?
Mm-hmm.
Chariots of Fire.
Correct, 4-1. Luann, you need this one.
Okay.
In what country was the bristle toothbrush invented?
Mm-hmm. United States.
That is incorrect. Zane for the win. In what country was the bristle toothbrush invented?
England.
Incorrect.
That would have been ironic, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I see where you were going with that, because it would have been ironic. But
Anybody have a guess?
Mm-mm.
China.
Jeez. Well, not a clue. Not up on my toothbrush knowledge, I guess.
Zane's question. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What country was home to Pfizer's two founders before they came to the United States? Pfizer, like the drug company.
And you want a country? Is that what it said?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Pfizer rhymes with Kaiser. Germany.
Remarkably correct.
It is? Oh, my God.
It's the Pfizer family.
Pfizer rhymes with Kaiser. So they must be German.
Can you believe that? So I'm fighting a Kaiser.
Your ways of deduction are superior to all others.
That was amazing. 5-1, you win. Luann, thank you for playing.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
For so long we tried to hide our heritage. You have discovered it today.
Man. That was impressive.
I can't believe that. Pfizer rhymes with Kaiser. It must be German.
I actually was expecting that on that question everyone would complain. Too hard. How would anyone know that? But now I don't have to. It's as obvious as the nose on anyone's face.
That really
unbelievable.
Is truly
Kaiser,
amazing.
Pfizer, Germany. What Hot Wings Think's on the way. It's about the banning of sugary.
Berry.
So that is pronounced
Berry.
And if it were Barry, it'd be pronounced how?
Barry.
So the difference is Berry and Barry.
This is the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Now, hypothetically, let's say we've got a famous person. His first name is Barry, and his last name is Berry. How would you say his name, Barry?
Barry.
So what do you do when when Barry dies? You bury. Right?
Yes. You bury.
You bury
Barry.
You bury Barry.
I surrender. You win.
Now, back to the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
We'll always remember the day Steve admitted he was wrong.
Yeah.
1-800-947-3979.
And he'll remember the day we admitted we were wrong. Right, Steve?
Save the audio.
I bet you did. I'm surprised when I played that it wasn't the same label but new audio.
Mm-hmm. I don't say it like that. I don't think you say it like that, and I don't think you say it like that.
No. What Hot Wings thinks later on this hour, later on this segment, in fact.
Yeah.
Later this hour, the worst names of the year chosen by a website. These are the names that people give their children. Not celebrity names, but names that pop up that are awful. And also, one of our government agencies, some people are saying they've discovered a poor man's version of the Fountain of Youth.
Okay. Real quick, loose end to tie. There will not be a Producer Joe duck buffet stunt. I tested it yesterday to see if the ducks were brave enough to scurry around on top of a person eating bread. They're not. They come just up to you, and then they run away. So that would be a bummer if we spend a lot of time off the air today after the show trying to get Joe to do that, only to have it not work. So it's just not going to work. And that's a bummer because I was really hoping because that would have been great if all these ducks were going bananas.
Yeah. I was pretty optimistic that would work. I think we all were.
Yeah. Not to be.
Come on, ducks.
So
it's no good. We got a couple emails from people. Wonder, maybe we'll get more. I'm sure we will now. But there's always one or two people every week, whether Zane wins or Zane loses on Dumber Than Zane Trivia, who complain about the fairness of the questions.
All right, what's the problem this time?
Is this person upset that, so that they obviously would have thought that person should have won then if they're complaining about it?
I guess so.
What do you care?
Dan writes, oh, yeah, that's real fair. He gets a pop culture icon, and she gets where are toothbrushes from.
What's the pop? I forgot what.
I don't remember which question. They're gone for me.
It's
almost
luck of
as
the
soon
draw.
as I read the
when
card.
When you play Monopoly,
is he referring to the Breakfast Club question?
I got that wrong.
I'm guessing Johnny Cash.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Look, but when you play Monopoly and you land on Community Chest, it's luck of the draw. You're either going to go to jail or won $10 in beauty pageant.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how this goes.
He also got the question, where were the brothers Pfizer from originally?
That's what I was going to say. If you take just two questions, I could make the case that it was far too easy for her and too hard for you if you just take
it.
That really
that bums us out,
irritates
man.
me.
Yeah, it bums us out. There's two things that bum us out, really, or me more than I think you too, is emails like that and then this is boring to me, move on.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying this.
I'm not sure. I don't care. None of us think everybody should enjoy every segment, but what a jerk move just to email in the middle of it and go, I'm bored.
Yeah, I hate that.
Okay.
I
do something I like. Okay. I don't know what that is, but thank you.
Yeah, and we'll often write back to that one and go, okay, send us some suggested topics so that we can be more in line with what interests you. And you always get emails back saying, well, I don't know, talk about whatever you want, man. Your show's funny. All right, well, you were just being a jerk then.
Mm-hmm. Stick it, idiot. You're banned in the ever-growing number of blocked emailers.
Also, amongst the frequently asked questions about Dumber Than Zane Trivia, we'll get this email about once or twice a week as well from a lot. And I'm guessing a lot of people think it, for people that try to get through. After we call for caller number 8, the phone lines are put on hold by Steve or whoever's answering. Steve, for how long? A couple minutes, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4 minutes.
And that is done so that whatever stations have delays or do not have delays, so that it all equals out.
Levels the playing field.
It levels the playing field. Because I know that we'll always my station might have a different... No, it all equals out.
It's all the same.
So
it's all the same.
We do
it's
our
all
best
luck of the draw.
to make it as fair as possible. This story, guys. A lot of times in radio, you'll hear about publicity stunts. In fact, there's an urging. Guys, you need to do something crazy to draw some publicity.
Go be nuts.
You couldn't have planned this. Well, I guess you could have planned this. But if you had, it wouldn't have worked as well as doing it by accident. 35-year-old Paulo Henrique dos Santos is an aspiring singer in Rio de Janeiro. He wanted to do a publicity stunt to promote himself. It worked very well. Because obviously, I mean, I'm not going to buy his album, but we're talking about this guy, and he's from Brazil.
What is the name again?
Paulo Henrique dos Santos. He decided the best way to springboard his musical career was to paint himself green and walk around like the Incredible Hulk.
Well, that would get you attention. I don't know how that's possibly going to help you with a singing career, but
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I don't know. We made Dean dress up like Nacho Libre and put ketchup on his head. So
yeah, Ketchup Libre. That didn't exactly. I mean, maybe it did. Maybe a few people bought the album.
Yeah.
Just one problem. When Paulo bought the paint, Joe, like when you've gone out, when you've had to paint yourself for whatever reason, you go and you get, like, what is it, theatrical makeup? So you can paint yourself? Or
like finger paint. Yeah.
Stuff
I
for
mean,
kids.
Water-based?
Sometimes at, like the costume shop. Yeah, whatever the face paint is. I'm sure it's all water-based.
Yeah. The tempera paint.
Yeah.
Is what you use.
Paulo bought industrial paint. Really good industrial paint. The kind typically used on missiles and nuclear submarines.
Yeah. Coating ballistic missiles.
Yeah. Stuff that goes through extreme punishment. So he didn't even pick like a common household paint that would have also been terrible to coat your skin in.
Yeah, he didn't go
just get a regular latex of some sort. He got industrial military grade paint to spray himself green.
Mm-hmm. Well, not surprisingly, after he walked around as the Incredible Hulk, to whatever avail that worked out.
Yeah, and he's not even big enough to be that. I mean, he's not like, he's lean. He looks like a sprinter, for God's sake. He's not like he's some big steroid bulk.
He tried to wash it off. After more than 20 showers and baths, he is still largely green. It will not come off his skin. It started to fade after 24 hours. But he still says he is considering suing the store that sold him the paint because they knew he was planning to paint himself with it and did not stop him.
Okay. Boy.
I mean, technically, if he said, yeah, I'm going to paint myself green, and they said, okay, use this, and they gave him... But I can't imagine that on those cans it doesn't say, don't put this, you know.
Even if it doesn't, unless he says, I need to paint myself green, what would you recommend? I don't know. He could win, I suppose, if they did know and just didn't say anything. But
paint came off. I've got two stories now. I was just looking at follow-ups. Let's say it took 24 hours of scrubbing. The paint eventually did come off. Unbelievable.
Well, then he's good to go.
But that had to hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but, I mean, wouldn't there be some kind of solvents or cleaning agents that you could use, like turpentine? I mean, you get turpentine on your hands and stuff. It doesn't kill you or burn you.
He's exposing himself to all sorts of strange chemicals, man.
This guy's an idiot. He's a stupid person.
Steve, will you be able to throw some photos of this guy up at freebeerandhotwings.com?
I mean, it was a nice shade of green for Hulk.
It's going to wreck everything. He's going to try to get a girl pregnant, and jacks are going to come out.
By the way, remember last Friday when we talked about, I guess is it Marvel or DC? I think it's DC that said they're going to have a major character come out of the closet as gay.
Right.
And now everyone is saying that it's going to be the Green Lantern.
Okay.
Now, I don't know anything about that character's story. I know that movie was panned as one of the worst ever.
Yeah.
But in it, I think he had a girlfriend in the movie.
It was that girl that...
Blake Lively.
Yeah, was that from Gossip Girl?
Yeah.
She's something.
Mm-hmm.
Not that the movie changes the law for everything else. But,
right. Yeah, they're going to do that.
It does need to be a pretty major character, I guess, if you're going to do it. Otherwise, what's the point? In the next segment, some of the worst names of the year. Bummer for you if these happen to be your child's name. But I don't think that'll be the case. These are pretty rare, but they're still terrible.
Okay.
You won't believe how many children have been named Tequila in the last 12 months.
Oh, no, tequila?
Yeah.
You can't name a kid tequila.
Here's what Hot Wings thinks. Hot Wings. What Hot Wings thinks.
Free beer, Zane, listeners. Apparently, residents and visitors of New York City are far too stupid to decide how much soda to drink, so the city will do it for them. At least that's the plan. Mayor Bloomberg plans to enact a ban on the sale of big-ass sodas and other sugary drinks at restaurants, theaters, street carts, and other vending outlets in an ambitious effort to continue combating obesity. The proposal would ban any cup or bottle of sweetened drink larger than 16 ounces. So because of a clear hatred of sugar by the local government, you won't be able to buy a fountain or bottled soda bigger than 16 ounces. Hell, most vending machines have sodas that are 20 right now. Now, I think it's pretty clear that a lot of people are overweight, and that in many cases, sodas are probably a contributing factor. But come on, this annoys me from two angles. I'm annoyed that various governments continue to feel like they can live our lives for us better than we can, and I'm annoyed that so many people are so bad at making life choices that they probably do need to have the government tell them what to do. Nevertheless, this is stupid. It's not going to change the obesity problem. Currently, over 50% of New York City residents are obese or overweight.
Oh.
Which, by the way, is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
Now, did soda contribute? Probably. But if you've got that many fat people, soda is clearly just one of many factors. That's like trying to lighten a Suburban by removing the radio antenna. You can ban everything you want, but unless you start making meals for people and giving them predetermined portion sizes and doing everything for them, you're not going to fix this by banning drinks of a certain size. If they want that much soda, they'll just buy 2. If you try hard enough, all you've done is succeeded in creating a communist state.
What's up with your voice? Stop choking.
Excuse me. But a big part of the reason people are overweight is because they're also sedentary. They don't do anything. They eat too much. Everything they do is bad. The point is, stop living your lives so terribly so overreaching politicians will stop telling us what we can and can't do. It's pretty much your fault. I'm Hot Wings, and that's what I think.
That's your new opinion from Hot Wings. Check out the show on Facebook and Twitter. Do it at freebeerandhotwings.com.
We got an email from Holden who checking in on what Hot Wings thinks.
Holden, huh?
Yep.
There you go.
He says, agreed with Hot Wings. Have you heard of Japan's solution to this? He says they tax businesses based on how many people are out of shape working there. This causes businesses to sponsor workout exercise things and to pressure their workers to stay healthy. Wow.
That says, P.S. You're a phony. You get that reference?
I do not.
Okay. You have to have read Catcher in the Rye to have gotten all that.
Nope.
Holden was your main character.
Was he a phony on that?
Well, he blamed everybody of being phonies.
I see. Is that a good book?
It's a great book.
Is that a good read?
It's a coming of age book. Have you just read that? Have you read Catcher in the Rye?
No, but I'm mesmerized by the reference.
Well, yeah.
Because the guy sends an email about Japan and my commentary, and because his name happened to be the same name as a guy in a book written in the 30s or whenever it was written.
I think you're justified.
We went down some sort of a weird literary road.
Feel a little silly about that. Wish I hadn't done it. Not gonna lie.
Maybe we'll re-experience the silence afterwards in a moment.
Perhaps that was.
Man, guy's name is Holden. Commodore VXR. Well, that's a car. Holden is a car in Australia. They make the VXR.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Probably shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna wish out loud that I can. If someone could invent a time machine right now, we're gonna go back And I'm not going to listen to that voice in my head. That said, I go with the Catcher in the Rye reference at that point. I'm going to hope that Joe, any word on a time machine? No? Nothing?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I believe when we listen back to it, you'll hear when I say, we got an email from Holden.
Oh!
Zane said, Holden.
Huh?
Holden,
I got it.
Yeah.
Tell you what I'm holding, a joke inside my tummy.
Aw. Wish I hadn't done
hold
that.
it in my mouth. Something else is there.
No.
Over.
We could.
Can't wait. Yeah. And we're back.
Come on, everybody.
I love our gotta have the clip right now music.
Mark Farner.
Well, we'll look at that joke coming up at the end of this segment. Something to look forward to. But guys, the website kidcrave.com, which can't be what it sounds like.
Kid Crave.
That's a terrible website name.
Kid Crave.
Why is that okay?
I don't want to Google that or anything. I'm afraid of what will come up.
I don't know what they do.
Kid Crave.
See, remember when I talked about my dad?
It could be worse. It could be Crave Kid.
Either way, it's barely better. When the word catheter and rip can never be used in the same sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Kid and crave can never be used close to each other like that. You can't crave kid or go to kid crave.
No.
Hey, what are you doing, man? I'm craving some kid.
Mm-hmm. Well, amongst the things they do on their website, one of the things they did was, I don't know what the other things are. I know this is one of the things. They analyzed the Social Security Administration's full list of baby names from 2011. And instead of looking for the most popular names, like Emma and Christopher or whatever they were, they looked for obscure names that turned up multiple times, or only a few times, because they're so terrible.
Yeah.
So here are some of the highlights from kidcrave.com.
And please call us if you're listening and hear your child's name on this list.
You have to.
Holden! Oh, sorry.
First of all, from the alcohol category, there were 5 girls named Tequila last year.
Tequila. Tequila.
I wish we had one for every name now.
I do too.
Well, we could.
Yeah, I bet we
just
could.
There aren't many. And then just do it.
Patron.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
5 boys named Patron.
Patron.
All right. That one's a little more subtle. Not a lot, but tequila really stands out.
Mm-hmm.
Is there Uzo?
I'm not sure.
Absinthe.
There were 9 girls named Chardonnay.
0 white. Chardonnay.
I don't know. That reminds me of the names in Clueless. Those Beverly Hills kind of silver spoon in the mouth kind of names.
Yeah.
Chardonnay.
12 boys were named A Beer.
A beer?
A beer.
Beer?
I've heard of a
is
beer.
it possible that that's cultural? That it's not actually someone going, I'd love a beer, but it's actually, like a name that's derived from
beer,
Middle Eastern
because
descent.
If you have to say, I love a beer, it just sounds weird.
I don't know. I mean,
how about from the criminal category? 12 boys named Juvenile.
Oh my God.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Juvenile.
Spelled, and maybe it has a different pronunciation. Juvenal, because that's not.
No, they just spelled it weird.
They just don't know how to spell, probably.
Yeah. 6 kids were named Corleone.
Wow.
And 5 each for the following: Capone, Gotti, Innocent, Bates, and Notorious. These are first names.
No.
This is
You
my
name a kid
this
Notorious?
This is my child Notorious or my child Innocent. Not for long.
Boy, all of those are bad. Naming your kid Gotti or Capone. You might name a dog Capone or something just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Not a kid.
Bates isn't terrible.
No.
It's not great, but it's not on the same level as...
No, because, it's just not. I mean, that's fine. But the other ones...
They say these ones fall into the sexual category. They say 5 girls named, I think it's Peniel is how it's pronounced, but I'm not positive. Peniel.
I don't even know what the significance of that is.
116 named Anna Lee, but it looks like anally.
So it's spelled A. Wait a minute.
Well, that'd be really bad if it was something like the last name of Fit or something.
Anally fit.
Or stuffed. Or fisted. Mrs. Fisted.
Or Fister.
Doug Fister, the baseball pitcher for the Tigers.
Hi, I'm John.
Anally Fister.
I'm John Gaping. This is my daughter.
Anally Gaping. Hi, she has a hyphenated name. Her husband's name is Hole. Married name is Gaping. So Anally Gaping Hole.
Our last name is Eking.
Last name of Drippage.
There were 6 boys in 2011 in the United States named Asser.
Asser?
Mm-hmm. Again, maybe there's a family pronunciation that I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
I don't even know how this one's pronounced. I'll take a run at it. Penis-a-manny.
That's it.
Sounds good, doesn't it, Joe? Well, it doesn't sound good, but you know what I'm saying. It's spelled penis imani. I-M-A-N-I.
Penis imani.
How about celebrities? 5 boys last year were named Swayze.
5?
6 girls were named Breeze, spelled the same as Drew Brees. 5 boys were named Draper, presumably after the pop culture character Don Draper on Mad Men.
Yep, probably.
6 girls were named Tiger. They editorialized, possibly named after their father, the golfer.
Tiger!
Now from the random category, 5 girls were named Moo. Well, congratulations on raising a fat girl on the pom-pom squad.
Oh, yeah.
6 girls were named Latina.
Latina?
Yeah. I know that radio lady in Los Angeles, Gina the Latina. But that's a nickname. Gina the Latina.
But could you
rhyming's really important to me.
Could you imagine having a kid? Yeah, this is my son. We called him Caucasian. What?
I think when they shorten that up, that'd be real trouble.
Well, it has an aw sound, so caulk is not a problem.
Unless they say Caucasian.
Yeah.
Which they might.
You know how people are.
Yeah.
Berry.
Yeah, exactly. It's a regional dialect.
6 girls were named Tomorrow. 6 boys were named Cougar. That's just effing terrible.
You can't do that. It would have been bad enough 10, 15 years ago, but when a terminology becomes very synonymous with a certain subsect of the population, you can't then name your kid that. A cougar.
Yeah. It's worse now. Terrible before, worse now.
Yeah.
7 boys were named Tron.
God, I would hate my parents so bad.
7 girls were named as in E-H, and 1 boy named Legend.
Oh, no. Don't. Legend.
That's way better.
I'm stupid.
That's way better than though. This is my daughter.
I didn't care about her. Is there any audio clips we need to play as we round out this segment?
Yeah, guys, not a great moment for me. And it's always the way it's written it says Zane checks in with a timely catcher in the rye reference.
Here's another trip down Who Cares Boulevard.
Boy, that Len, he gets a quick turnaround in these scripts, doesn't he?
Who Cares
That's
Boulevard.
Unfortunate. You don't want to be on that street.
No.
Who Cares Boulevard? Last time, Howings, it was the ketchup incident for Who Cares Boulevard.
Here's another trip down Who Cares Boulevard.
We got an email from Holden, who checking in on what Hot Wings thinks.
Holden, huh?
Yep.
There you go.
He says, agreed with Hot Wings. Have you heard of Japan's solution to this? He says they tax businesses based on how many...
I wasn't even listening to this part because I was too busy coming up with my slaying joke.
People are out of shape working there. This causes businesses to sponsor workout exercise things and to pressure their workers to stay healthy. Wow.
That says P.S. Yeah, here comes P.S. You're a phony. You get that reference?
I do not.
Oh, okay. You have to have read Catcher in the Rye to have gotten all that.
Nope.
Holden was your main character.
Was he a phony on that?
Well, he blamed everybody of being phonies.
I see.
Hot Wings is the best. It's a great book.
Is that a good read?
It's a coming of age book. Have you just read that? Have you read Catcher in the Rye?
No, but I'm mesmerized by the reference.
Honk, honk.
Boy, do I feel foolish. Boy, do I feel stupid.
Honk, honk.
I'm having a hard time with that one.
Honk, honk.
I don't like that guy.
P.S. He's a phony.
Honk, honk.
Did you get that? Get that? I read something.
I'm a reader.
I read.
Honk, honk.
I read something.
Boom, Siddhartha. Get it?
Honk, honk.
Oh.
No?
That's a book, too.
Well, it should be funny because I read things.
Guess how many emails we have gotten from people who know someone who knows someone named Shathid.
We've been down that road. I
guess 1,000.
We've been down that road.
Yep. Everybody knows somebody. Everybody's mom worked in a neonatal unit. Everybody's grandma knew a guy. Everybody's brother has a neighbor named Shathid.
Now stop it.
It's not real.
It's an urban legend.
Mm-hmm. What did we learn? That comes up in the next segment, right after we tell you about a government agency. It's being said that they have developed something people are calling the fountain of youth. To a degree. It's not going to make you live forever, but it's going to make you look younger, feel better. Pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Email the show, idiots@freebeerandhotwings.com.
Jonathan Quick sets it up. Rattled back along up the boards and cut off by Parise. Flew on in front off the Zajac when it's dry. And then Zajac able to tap it along. Fed through by Dowdy. Twisted along, and here's Kopitar moving it along. He scores! Kopitar in overtime. And the Kings have taken game number 1.
Anze Kopitar. That's a win. Kings over the Devils. Unbelievable.
They were an 8 seed, right?
Yes.
Jeez.
The Devils were 6.
They were a 6. Amazing. Hope the Devils come back and win that. I don't know why, but I don't want I don't want there to be a Stanley Cup in Los Angeles. I don't think they'd appreciate it.
Yeah, most of the players are from Ottawa anyways.
That's true. That's true. Boy, Emmerich, he's the best.
Yeah, I like Mike Emmerich.
He is good. I don't think anybody could surpass. I used to love Gary Thorne. And when he wasn't doing the national broadcast anymore, I thought that was terrible. And Emmerich's better. Guys, NASA, it's being said that they've developed a drink that's like a real-life fountain of youth. That's dramatically overstating it. Fountain of youth. It keeps you young forever. They've come up with a new drink that might reverse the signs of aging, though. That's pretty cool. Yeah. It's called AS10. Its design, its plan, they didn't set out to develop the fountain of youth. They designed it to fight off the effects of solar radiation for astronauts. But apparently it also gets rid of wrinkles. Could make billions if that's the case.
Wow. Yeah.
Researchers at the University of Utah tested it on 180 people. After 4 months of drinking just over 2 ounces a day, which is nothing, the UV spots on their faces were reduced by 30% and wrinkles reduced by 17%.
Wow.
That's pretty significant. It'll probably be years before you can buy it.
FDA will approve it in 48 years.
Yeah. If it
makes that always works?
If it even makes it to the market.
There's a cure for cancer.
I mean, they may find out crazy side effects and
We have
few
determined
years' time, it makes everyone have a tail.
There's like a cancer vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
You drink it, and you will never get it. And if you had it in 1 second, you don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be approved by the FDA in 300 years.
Mm-hmm. As soon as they find a way for a company to make a lot of money off it. This is very expensive to produce. It costs about $50 to make 25 ounces of it right now. But hell, if people pay it, people pay more than that.
Oh my gosh, people will do so much to keep their youth.
Now, a lot of the key ingredients in this are normal everyday things you could start consuming right now. Grapes, green tea, pomegranates. Lesser known fruits like prickly pears and yum berries. I have never heard of yum berry until right now. That seems like something that I would have a cartoon monster on the box. Try new yum berries. It's good for kids.
It does.
Cousin of the dingle.
Oh man, well I don't like that kind of berry at all.
A poorly marketed cereal.
Yeah. There's no yum about this.
Yeah.
It tastes like poop.
It'd be a big deal.
Have you ever considered, because lately I've been noticing more and more lines on my face. And I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I'll do anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that.
Like when you say do anything, what do you think? Like a surgery?
No. Well, yeah, I mean, I know I won't do that, but it makes me think. And I don't like to even consider the fact that my face is starting to.
I'm with you, man. I've noticed recently. Well, I've had it for a while where I have crow's feet from everywhere I laugh. I have laugh lines.
Yeah.
And if I'm just sitting stone faced, they're not noticeable. But as soon as I smile or whatever, man, everything comes out. And if I look really close in the mirror, I go, God, my pores are getting bigger, and I got more wrinkles, and my face doesn't look quite as taut as it used to. Boy. I'm getting old. I'm getting older, and I don't like it.
It wasn't so bad, though, for this person, or for me as compared to this person. I ran into a person I haven't ran into in a long time the other day. And I'm intentionally keeping this very vague. And this person looks like hell. I mean, bad.
Mm-hmm.
My age, too.
Yeah.
Roughly. And I'm looking at this person, and I'm like, I never liked you years ago, and I am so delighted that you are butt ugly right now.
It has not worked for you.
Please,
time is not your friend.
Gravity is yanking your face down, and I am excited about it.
You look at them. Halftime score, Father Time 1, you 0.
Oh, man.
That is crazy sometimes when you go a while without seeing someone. You see him, and your first thought, whoa.
Yeah. Man, you look old.
When did you switch bodies with your mom or your dad? What happened?
Yeah. Oh.
It's inevitable for all of us at some point.
Mm-hmm. That is weird when you went to high school. I noticed that last year at the reunion. I was amazed actually at how many people still look pretty good. But there are a few where you go, oh my God, you actually turned into your mom.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking at your mom, except I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
This is weird, because in high school you looked cute, and now you look like your mom. and
we all know in high school, I turned your mom down for sex.
This is like I'm drinking with your mom. I'm going to go over to the other side of the room.
This year is supposed to be our 20-year reunion.
Yeah.
I assume we won't have one, because I was our senior class president, and I'm not going to plan it.
Someone always does it, though.
Yeah.
Ours wasn't planned by ours either.
I didn't run for senior class president. Someone got the names and put my name on the list, and then I won. Yeah. I don't have a lifetime of planning responsibilities for something I didn't choose. That's fair, right?
People don't have those anymore, class reunions, because of Facebook. That's the only reason why you go to those things.
Yeah.
See everybody, see who's a loser, who's not a loser, who's fat. You can just do it all by Facebook.
I bet a lot of people do. I think you're absolutely right. People don't go because of that reason exactly.
Maybe, though, it's always nice to see people one-on-one, actually have a conversation, as opposed to just looking from afar. Like, oh, well, that guy's got cute kids, or, okay.
Yeah, I find it more fun to look from afar.
Yeah, I'm not very good at small talk. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed
I'm
going
more comfortable in front of large groups of people or something than with people I can't really, I don't know that well. I'm very uncomfortable.
That's so funny. It's like we're backwards off in different aspects. Because when we're doing radio stuff, I tend to be a little bit more shy than the two of you. But like when it comes to stuff like that, I liked going to my reunion. I couldn't wait to go and see all these people I hadn't seen in forever. Most of them I didn't know even in high school. I didn't care that much. But
I've gotten worse. I hate parties.
I guess
parties
I'm a nostalgia nut.
Torture.
Speaking of that, we have to get together and go to Joe's bachelor party.
Yeah.
The timing of that, it couldn't have been worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not an insult to you.
No. It's just,
But there's a reason that I want to go exactly when you guys are going, so I can hole up in my small group, talk to a few people I already know.
Well,
and then even though there are plenty of people that are going to be at Joe's party that I like.
Well, we all have to be a century, 15-minute intervals on Gary Watch, on Gary Guard. Because he's going to come over and start to tell us about things, and we're going to be like, okay, oh, God, I can feel, okay, my heart rate's going up, oxygen level in my brain going down. Gary must be talking. Okay, somebody run interference. So we have to take turns on watch, 15-minute intervals on Gary Guard.
Joe, that kills you, doesn't it?
Poor Gary.
Yeah, you should see how it felt for us.
That's all I can say.
At the restaurant, it's like, oh, dude, stop. I don't want to play radio right now. I just like to sit here and eat this veggie pizza, and you keep talking. Shut up. Okay, dude?
He wasn't even talking to you, though. That's the amazing thing.
Yes,
he was.
You keep telling me that, and I'm telling you, I talked to him. Why do you keep telling me I didn't talk to the man? I did. He kept talking to me. And when he wasn't talking to me, he was talking to everybody else.
When I was there, he only talked to me. I guess I must have.
But you like your class. You love it. And obviously love to engage, and that's terrific. I'm like, oh, dude, I don't want to talk about that.
What'd you guys talk about? You remember? Man, I know it's been a while ago.
Boy, it ran the gamut. It was all over the one
that
thing
sounds about right.
The thing that I remember most was that he was very concerned about how my dad was doing and offered to get him any medical supplies he might need.
Very generous.
Very generous.
Very nice.
And so that stuck with me, that he was very nice considering he's never met my dad.
I'm sure he is a very nice guy, and someone likes him.
You know what? I mean, to draw a parallel, like a couple Tylenol is nice if you have a headache, but if you take the whole bottle, trouble.
He's okay.
Right,
so
he's Tylenol.
Joe, maybe you like him because a nice dose of Gary washed down by booze is fun.
Yeah, it gets the headache away.
Oh my God.
Oh, you don't have a headache? Take 2 Gary and call me in the morning.
Oh, no, you took too much Gary. Barf, quick.
That's so unfair.
You've got to purge Gary. I'm poison
you
control.
Took too much Gary.
Okay. Did you make sure that he's out on the pontoon boat by himself when I arrive? Talking to the fish?
Everybody drink milk. Don't induce vomiting. You have way too much Gary in you.
Does the man have a family? The married man? Family?
No.
Okay. All right. I don't know why I got it.
You guys are still going on your honeymoon together, right?
Yes.
Okay. Steve, what did you learn today?
I learned that in a church setting, you can say the cruelest things with 0 ramifications, and people will actually applaud you for it.
Yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Joe?
I learned that the only thing in this world that's acceptable to steal is breakfast foods from hotels.
True, man. We got to do that.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why, but it does seem like fun.
On the way back from Springfield, we're going to stop at the S-Head Inn and just eat our faces off.
We see free breakfast. We see brake lights.
If it says Continental on the outside, we're stopping.
Mm-hmm. Eric Zane, what did you learn?
I learned, guys, that the Pfizer brothers were from Germany.
Because it rhymes with Kaiser.
Well, yeah.
Hot Eggs, what did you learn?
I learned that Holden says phony.
That hurt. Man. God, I really hate myself sometimes. That intro where I say I'm not funny, where I really browbeat myself, the one you made?
Yeah.
There you go.
That one feels appropriate today.
You suck, man. You are terrible.
I learned who Mike Bost is, and I learned that he's really, really super pissed about something. But I didn't pay attention to the actual context, so I don't know what he's mad about. But I want him to do it more.
Yeah, no one cares. Just get mad. That's the only reason why you're in office.
Live show tomorrow at Village Motorsports in Grand Rapids, a live women's forum.
Always love that.
I believe we're going to do a round of Name That Blank Live and a round of Family Feud Live as well. Not with actual families.
Women's Forum, Family Feud, and Name That Blank?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Big day. Fun.
Again, no Joe stunt. Sorry about that. The Ducks would not cooperate, so I kicked them all.
Someone actually had a nice idea as a down the road. Not this one we'd need to get permission on. But someone suggested that Joe would take his Speedo and put those little feed pellets you buy at a petting zoo and then go and talk to the goats you can pet that will eat the programs if you let them. Joe, how do you like that?
Put my wiener out for a goat to snack on. That is a great stunt idea.
I think it's like an ice cream bar with nuts on it.
Yep, that won't hurt. It's perfectly great.
Joe, how do you feel about mouthful of tree frog? Because I've got a lot of those. I could probably get one of those easy. I mean, if you want to do mouthful of tree frog,
open up and Hot Wings will chuck it in like a dartboard.
Get those suction cup feet.
No way, man! If those things urinate on my tongue, I'll get warts. Don't you know?
That's true. I think that is
97.9 GRD Grand Rapids Rock Alternative. Cloudy early, maybe some showers later. Looks pretty likely. 61 the high. On 53 downtown GR. A couple different things we need to get to. One, we're going to be at Berlin Raceway Saturday night, Saturday afternoon and evening from 5 until 7. We'll be broadcasting live. And then after that, taking part in the events that night, including there's going to be a chance to win MIS tickets if you come out during the live broadcast portion of the show. You'll have a chance to compete to win those tickets. We'll tell you more about that on Saturday. And then that night, we'll be racing against each other at Berlin. And even if you don't want to see us race, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's probably going to be the closest race in the history of the racetrack. 4 cars all across the track.
Probably awesome.
Photo finish.
Yeah.
2 of them backwards.
I say that we need to make that a 50-lap feature.
You think so?
I think we should just keep going. I don't care when they throw down the checker. I think we just keep going.
When you say race is over, we say no, we're just getting started.
We go until we run out of gas.
So that means you're going to flip the bird to the flag man.
Absolutely.
And then
let's just keep going. What are they going to do?
Ripping through the pits.
Let's make them make us stop.
Yeah.
That'd be newsworthy.
I think it would.
I would like to make the news.
We'll be racing. Also,
radio.
the ASA is in town. They're going to have a 100-lap race.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers, as they work their way up the ladder in the stock car racing world, they go through the ASA.
Absolutely. And it's good, competitive, good racing.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be fun Saturday night. So we'll hope to see you there. BerlinRaceway.com to get tickets or all the information about the schedule, everything that goes on. Tomorrow, the live show, Village Motorsports on Plainfield. The broadcast will start at 6.
Yeah, we'll be there between 5 and 6, and they're going to run the best of. Steve will run best of.
Right.
And then away we go live at 6 a.m.
If you need tickets yet, you can still get them. You can get them by stopping by Village Motorsports on Plainfield at any time. During normal business hours. Or today, 4 until 6, look for the GRD Roadies at the corner of 44th and Ivanrest by Walgreens in Granville.
Like right in the parking lot there, I'm guessing.
Yep. Look for the truck.
Okay.
That's pretty good. An update on a story we talked about on the network. Remember the young lady who was trying to support her 2 younger siblings, or her 2 siblings in high school? She had a full-time job, a part-time job, an honor student.
Yeah.
Parents were divorced, and they weren't doing what they should be as parents. And so she missed a lot of school because she would just be too tired. The judge was going to put her in jail.
Yeah, for truancy.
Her contempt order was vacated, which means she won't have to do jail time.
I wonder how that goes. I wonder if another judge had to get involved and stick it to the first jerk.
Nope, I think the pressure got to the first judge. Lanny Moriarty, the judge who ordered the 17-year-old to go to jail, has set aside the contempt of court order he entered last week. She can now truthfully say that she does not have a criminal history. By the way, there have been a number of agencies and groups that have stepped forward. $100,000 in donations have come in from 49 states and 18 countries.
For her?
Yeah.
She gets $100,000?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Lots of people tried to help out. And then 240,000 people signed an online petition. So that's almost as good as trying to help the family.
Yes. Thank you for the thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. You did the equivalent of hitting like. Nice job. So we talked about fireworks in Michigan and their new fireworks law.
Yeah.
And I think you guys were in the same case just based on the conversation we had the other day of, I know they changed the law and it's much more lenient, but do you know how they changed it?
I don't know.
No,
anything.
I don't. I didn't even know they changed it.
Everything I know, I learned from you, Free Beer.
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
The law before was, from what I understand, you can't have anything that leaves the ground.
Right.
And so that really severely limits it. But the new fireworks law states that on a national holiday, the day before or the day after, local laws cannot restrict citizens' use of fireworks. Okay, so that applies to the 10 national holidays, making 30 days out of the year fireworks free-for-all.
Can you go through the 10 national...
They shouldn't make it for every holiday.
Yeah. You got Memorial Day, Labor Day,
Christmas,
Labor Day, 4th of July,
President's Day,
Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure shots ringing out would go great on the King holiday.
Does Columbus Day count? Is that...
Maybe. 4th of July. I don't...
Easter, Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm not positive of them all.
Yeah, I don't know. Arbor Day.
But the King holiday I know is a national holiday.
Mm-hmm. Well, a Kalamazoo Township man.
And that's any fireworks that go into the sky?
Yeah. Yeah, the local restrictions.
Okay.
Can't do anything about it. Day before, day of, or day after.
Well, it should only be day of.
Okay, so yeah, we've got New Year's Day, Martin Luther King, Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Okay.
Well, a guy in Kalamazoo Township, he and his buddies spent about $100 on fireworks for Memorial Day weekend. They put on a show in his yard for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
A little while after the show, an officer circling the neighborhood cited him for violating the noise ordinance that begins at 9 p.m.
Okay.
That seems to go against the state law because it was a holiday. It says no local laws can restrict it. He busts out this line. I don't think it should stick on a national holiday. I think they should make it so that you can light off fireworks until 10 or something. People are going to want to light off fireworks year-round. They're opening permanent stores in some of these towns. He then adds that he believes his fireworks are art.
Oh, come on. You idiot. Shut up.
You had me for a while. I'm not sure I buy your fireworks are art.
It's not art. You like to buy them and make things blow up. Yeah. That's what you like to do.
But it does sound like it's pretty confusing. No local restrictions. You're going to have these places selling them all year long, but you can't use them after 9 if it's too loud. But there needs to be some happy medium.
Where does one buy these fireworks that shoot into the sky?
I think
all over the place.
I think there's a number, and
they're not like at Meijer. I just walked through there.
Yeah, I don't know what they sell at Meijer. I know they sell those big packages.
Yeah,
of
stuff like cones, and snakes, and
crap fireworks. But I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Like the big ones, I don't know.
Ones that shoot into the sky. Where does one... What inbred idiot... Where do the inbred idiots go around here to buy their stupid effing fireworks?
I think there are... I think I saw a news article about somebody who was going to open up like a 3 or 4 store chain.
Yeah.
Around West Michigan where you could go and, like this article says, permanent fireworks stores, like the ones when we lived in Tennessee, where they had there was an exit where it was the most explosive exit in the history of the world. 2 gas stations and 2 fireworks stores, all packed within about 100 yards of each other.
Yeah, just side by side. Unbelievable. It was the Lenore City exit.
I kind of want someone to go crazy and blow everything there up.
You do?
That's what I want everyone to vacate.
It's got to be like terrible. Taiwan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, like when there's the explosion in China at the fireworks factory and the videos. It's perfect.
But this is gonna be a huge drag for places like Crazy Manny's or whatever it is. You know, when you drive right across the border and there's
Crazy Kaplan, dude.
Yeah, that's Crazy Kaplan. Okay,
Indiana.
Where the guy has about 1,000 billboards, Every half mile you see one in every direction on every interstate, every 2-lane road directing you to this one place. And you know most of those signs are up for people who live across the borders.
How come Crazy
no
Chaplin can afford billboards, but this radio company cannot?
Maybe we should sell fireworks.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Yeah, I think we're in the wrong business. People like stuff that blows up. Pay a premium for that.
The first two, according to this article from MLive, from May 1st, so a month ago, the first 2 retail fireworks stores opened in Kent County following the change in state law. One of them in front of Art Van Furniture on Alpine, in Alpine Township.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's another one I can't fit. I'm just skimming the article real quickly, somewhere else in town.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. It's not for me, but I can see. I have no problem with other people doing it, just so long as it's respectful. You know, not in the middle of the week. Do it on the weekend.
Yeah,
just the same as I don't want someone to have a party in the middle of the week.
Yeah, I love fireworks. I think they're great. I don't even mind it that bad
Organized
when my neighbors
fireworks.
do it. But
Organized,
I
right?
mean, I prefer regular organized fireworks. But on the 4th of July, when everybody stays up to see fireworks and the kids are up and everything, people are prepared for it because it's a holiday where that happens every single year. It's not a surprise for anybody. I don't mind. If the neighbor wants to get some fireworks and shoot them off in his own driveway and, we'll go and have a couple beers, whatever, that's cool. That's fine. Everybody's involved that way. Everybody's invited on the street. Come on up. You go, okay, great, fine. But middle of the week in May is just not cool.
One day a year, 4th of July, for 1 hour, from noon to 1.
You can blow up whatever you want.
And
they're
free.
You can throw dynamite in the air as long as it blows up over your property.
The government will buy them for you. You can go and get 10 pounds of fireworks. You pick what you
C4 for everyone.
A 10-pound limit. Only stuff that is mildly dangerous, like bottle rockets. You can't, have M80s or stupid stuff like that.
Everyone gets one massive shell.
And at noon, you can start shooting off fireworks. And at 1, if you're still shooting them off, they take your house. And that's the end of it.
So, daylight fireworks supplied by the government.
And you have 1 hour to shoot them off. And you can only pick them up the day before for 1 hour. Noon to 1, the day before the holiday.
The old man has spoken.
Yes. Yes, I hate fireworks.
It's almost like I can see your pants creeping up.
Yeah, it did sound pretty bad. Yeah.
I can't imagine how you're getting more lines on your face.
Damn, kids. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Looks like he's got a case of fireworks brow. Man.
He seems very furrowed.
Be like Clint Eastwood, man.
Well, JT or someone like him is in next.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there can be only one. God forbid if there's someone like him.
There is